Last year in 2003, we pretty much laid a foundation for...
Could you click that light on?
Turn it off?
Thank you. That's...
We pretty much laid a foundation for what we're doing now, and we'd like to personally thank everybody for hanging with us through the trials and tribulations. It ain't always been together, but as long as we came together, that's the most important thing. This year in 2004, our goal and objective is to bring in some new energy from different places. Because you'd be surprised how many brothers and sisters all over the continent on this information. So what we're doing is, as eye-opener, we're going to be reaching in different areas, bringing in different people from all over to be with us, share some information. A couple of quick notes. You know, when you step out and you want to go to the restroom, that's all the way to the right. When you step out, a little further down is the payphone. This is going to be our new home. So whatever you bring with you, take it out with you. Because you know how to get up in these facilities and stuff. So we want to make this our home. We even have a bigger room, you know what I'm saying, that will be at our disposal as we need it. So we want to leave it the way we came into the spot, and we'd appreciate that. Outside, you know, we got the vendors, Brother Shabazz, Brother Marcus, Sister Oshun. She's got the jewelry, the ankhs, hats, whatever you need. For food, because we don't have a food vendor here today, there's a Veggie Delight, Golden Crust, and if you want to get straight niggerish, there's Popeyes, McDonald's, you know, all that shit for you, all on the same strip. So, you know, it's about choice, so all the choices is on the same strip. Throw that out there.
1-4.
You know what I'm saying? So,
1-4, choice.
In February, we don't have a set date yet, but in February, we're going to do Brother Phil Valentine. You know what I'm saying? So, we don't need to say much more about that, but get on my mailing list. Hold on, real quick. I'm going to leave it over here. Email me if you can. Give me an email address, because if you give me like a regular address, I got to sit in the middle of the floor with my son, he's 10, and pay him to fold all the stuff up and put it in the envelopes, and I'm going broke because the mailing list is getting real long. So with the email address, boom, technology, you there. And you get a color flyer on the email. Like if I got to sit in the mail, you can get black and white. All right, so if that's all important, yeah, you can start passing that around. So what we're doing now is out of the womb, into the mind, the internal alchemy and external rituals of the shaman healers. The title alone said, yo, this is going to be serious. All right, and we're bringing in a brother from Fayetteville, North Carolina, by way of Brooklyn. So he's a Brooklynite, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's give him a warm New York hand.
Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. I guess I got, somebody said I had to do a little bio, so, you know, I guess I had to do a little bio here. Dr. Alim El Bey, that's my full title. Doctor in the sense that I have a Doctor of Divinity and Religious Studies, as well as also a BA in Sociology. Trying to get back in, probably be back in school in summertime in order to get a master's or do something, you know, whatever. But other than that, I'm also a chief within the United Washita Nation. Prince Hakeem Ill, right there, is also one of the chiefs. Brother Geronimo Wilson, one of the chiefs. Queen back here is one of the chiefs. So you have 4 chiefs in the United Washita right here present with you today, in which that we all Moors. All right, in which that basically we do be struggling right now for indigenous rights as an indigenous people, human rights. We got books in which that's getting ready to come out, in which that's getting ready to go all over the world in a minute, and it's going to really blow up. It's getting ready to be really something special. You know, for those that's interested, you know, just check with me afterwards with either one of the chiefs, and we can get you the information in which that is needed. I write articles. I'm an author. I got a book coming out. Matter of fact, y'all privileged tonight to get a summary of the information that's going inside my book. It's already written, 400 pages. I'm gonna have to condense that and break that down a little bit lower than that. But you know what I'm saying? Huh, 6?
Yeah, you got 600 pages.
Oh, dag, I ain't know I had that much. But yeah, well, I'm gonna have to cut it down. You know what I'm saying? But this is the title of the book right here. This is the main title, Out of the Womb and in the Mind. The subtitle is The Internal Alchemy and the External Rituals of Shaman Healers. I'm also a Reiki master teacher. Brother Geronimo, he's also a Reiki master teacher. These are some of the credentials in which that we possess. I write for Frontline Magazine. I don't know if you're familiar with Frontline Magazine from out of Chicago. My article right here was from mere men to super niggas. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a privilege to read this joint, a lot of information that's in here is also inside of my book too. Matter of fact, this is just probably a little segment of it. I can pass this around and y'all can get a little peep at it and get familiar with some of the information in which that I'll be going over. Some of the other articles was Canaanland Moors, Surviving Globalism, Terrorism, and Toxic Warfare, Part 1 and 2. All right. We had smallpox, the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? I wrote this 2 years ago before the smallpox accident, supposedly, came forth out of Wisconsin. That's where they claimed last year the smallpox epidemic. It wasn't called smallpox, it was called monkeypox, if you remember. Well, in this article, I break down that they was going to put out a variant of smallpox called monkeypox a year before it even happened.
What part of Wisconsin?
Excuse me?
What part of Wisconsin?
Near Madison.
Madison, right. Right here is the Hiller Wings Institute. This is where we put out information based out on indigenous cosmic golden ray order of Melchizedek, in which that we have formulated, in which that we've been initiated into. It's actually an initiation process in which that you do receive the Melchizedek energy flowing through you, and you actually feel this energy. Matter of fact, there's a couple brothers who felt like they was up on UFOs when they was going through the initiation process. So it really gets deep. This is one of the handbooks in which that I wrote up myself, in which that you can look through this in order to get familiarized once again with some of the information in which they're going to go over today. Make sure I get my stuff back. No, I'm just joking. Just joking.
They won't come back sometime.
Hey, we done been there. You know what I'm saying? All right, yes.
You can look up that Frontline paper, Sisters and Brothers at A&B bookstores, right?
Oh yeah, and also Nubian Heritage, as well as we got some copies right over here on the table. All right, let me get into it. All right, this been within the metaphysical community. There's been a debate about who came first. You know what I'm saying? Was the chicken or the egg? Nah, but it really is about the male or female. You know what I'm saying? In which that I'm gonna have to just basically end up tonight, just breaking it on down with the next 20 minutes or so, and y'all give your conclusion on what happened. Okay? All right. Within the ancient Kemetic teachings, we have the deity called At-Tum. All right, At is the same word as Ab, in which that it means father. Within the ancient Kemetic teachings, also within ancient Kemetic teaching, as well as also within Arabic, is short for Umma, which means mother. That's right. So, it tells you right here that within the word Atum itself, in which that we got the word Adam, and then you go back to the Old Testament, within Genesis, you find out that it speaks about Adam, that what God named Adam, he and what? She. Both. He named them both Adam. Matter of fact, let's go to it. Huh?
What you going to? Genesis?
Yeah, 5th chapter, the 2nd verse. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called them their name Adam. Once again, male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Atom, in the day when they were created. So that right there is telling you that the essence of the female and masculine energy, what? Was formulated together, androgynous. There was not one before the other one. They both was manifested at the exact same time and the exact same principle. All right. What we call androgynous is the science of when the energies was together. Same energies together to this very day. We're just nothing more than aspects of those energies. Matter of fact, it's called electromagnetism. Okay? For example, you got Adam. Later on, you got this word right here, in which that it tells you really where it comes from. All right? Now, you break it down even further, you find out that the father, you get this word right here, is Patar. Patar Ra. Patar Ra is the exact same word where the word father originates from. F-A-T-H. And there it is right there, E-R. There you go. The word father. Now, you break down even further about the word father, the word fa, within your so-called Holy Quran, you got Fatiha. Fatiha is what? Surah al-Fatiha, which happens to be the first surah in the Holy Quran, right? Now, within there, it tells you that al-Fatiha means the opening. Well, within ancient Kemetic teachings, Ptah was known as the opener. Now, this can't be no damn coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So that means that they put the book, because supposedly it was originally the 5th surah, and they moved it from the 5th surah to the 1st surah. So now, why did they move it? Well, the only one who could have moved it was the Moors, who ruled Spain for 800 years. They're the one who was privileged to the actual information coming from the Holy Quran, because the ancient Coptic Christians, who were black at the time, was the one who originated the whole theory of Islam. The religion of Islam, 75% of the Holy Quran, comes straight out from the Bible, as well as the Apocrypha, as well as the Zoroastrian scriptures. That's the whole book of the Quran. Once again, the Bible, which is the Old Testament and the New Testament, okay? The Apocrypha, which were the 18 missing books, as they say, in which that was taken out in 325 AD by Constantine, who was the emperor of Constantinople, as it was at that time, because he moved it from Rome to Turkey, in which that is now called Istanbul. All right? Now, we go even further, we find out that the opening, you start out with this, Bismillah el-Rahman el-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now you go into the singing of it, you find out what really happens in the process. That there's 7 verses of Al-Fatiha. Those 7 verses ends with this. Ayn. Ayn is found within the Arabic script as well as also the Hebrew script. And you find out that Ayn its symbol is an eye. One eye. Well, you go to Matthew's, the 6th chapter, 22nd verse. And it reads, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light." That's deep. So that means that once you realize about the signs of the Ayn sound, actually what you are bringing into you through the awakening and the opening of that particular eye, which we call it what, the third eye. Actually, it's the first eye. Okay? We also call it the eye of Buddha, the eye of Shiva, the eye of Jesus, because that's who just mentioned this. That's where I read from, was supposedly was Jesus who said that. Also the eye of Brahma. So this eye has many different names throughout, throughout the ancient world. So when you say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen. Amen has the exact same tone at the end, that Ayn sound. So that Ayn sound, those 7 verses awakens what power within you, the latent power of the chakras, because there's 7 major chakras within your system. Matter of fact, that's what the whole book of Revelation speaks on, is the awakening power of the 7 chakras. It ain't, don't think that this is just a prophetic book and you thinking, you know, some creature getting ready to come up out the water, you know what I'm saying, attack New York, you know what I'm saying, "Arr!" You know what I'm saying, you know, got 10 horns, you know what I'm saying, 7 crowns on his head, you know, getting ready to munch your ass up. It ain't gonna happen. You know, that's not the science in which that is being explained here. The science in which that is being explained here is the awakening of the chakra system and the problems in which that people have because of the karma in which they have brought upon themselves and how the Kundalini energy has to break through those threads of karmic lessons so that you can raise yourself up to become the Christ. That's the whole science in this. So the whole thing is about this opening is that from out of the so-called ancient Coptic Christians, they already remember the ancient Coptic Christians was established 300 years before the Roman Catholic Church. 300 years before the Roman Catholic. So where did they get the information from? Well, they got the information right off the ancient walls of Kemet also. Abydos, Seti I, the temple of Het-Heru, the temple of the Hall of Ma'at. You know what I'm saying? From the books of the Book of Coming Forth by Day and Night, which is called the opening of the mouth ceremony. The opening of the mouth ceremony. Well, hold up. Where this mouth located at? Because this mouth is conjuncted with this eye. Well, guess what? When the Kundalini energy comes up the back of your spine, the first place it hit is called the medulla oblongata, which is right here at the back of your head, which is called the mouth of God. Did y'all hear me? It's called the mouth of God. Matter of fact, you go to your scriptures, it tells you that Jesus went up onto Mount Calvary. And as he was up there on Mount Calvary, it became known as the place of the skulls, Golgotha, Aramaic. Golgotha means the place of the skull. Place of the skull. So it's telling you where Christ was crucified at. The reason why is that when the energy comes up the base of your spine, it crucifies your lower nature. It stops you from acting beastly. It stops you from having those so-called emotions in which that we often get wrapped up in. Jealousy, envy, hatred, lust, greed. It kills all that shit. And that energy begins to bounce off from the medulla oblongata to the pituitary gland, hypothalamus gland, and then strikes the pineal gland into awakening, illuminating the whole cavern in which that is called the cave of Brahma, in which that they tell you within the Apocrypha that Jesus was born in a cave. Not in where? Not in the manger. But that is the manger inside of your brain, which is called the third ventricle, in which that cavern is illuminated with white light. And matter of fact, when you go into deep meditation, you'll see the cavern illuminate within your mind. You'll see the opening and awakening of this eye as it produced this white light. Okay. All right, let me go a little bit deeper here. Because I ain't getting no damn response yet, so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't getting no response yet. We're going to have to go a little bit deeper here. All right, let me get back up to the mother and father. Since we done went through the father aspect, let's get on to the mama. Now, what you got?
I got a picture of the skull of the brain.
Oh, no, I ain't going to show that one yet. I'm going to get to that one in a second. But right here, it says, Atum came and emerged from out of where? Noon. The other aspect of Noon is Nu. All right? Nu is the masculine form. Noon is the feminine form. And as you know, Noon is actually, within our language, will be pronounced as none. You know what I'm saying? And you know about the signs of the nun. The nuns walk around with what? Cloaked in black. Well, the reason why they are cloaked in black because they're trying to replicate the signs of melanin and the ability in order to absorb the energies of the cosmos and of the solar rays. So the thing is that Noon represents the primordial substance of space called black matter or dark matter. All right? So where was this darkness created in? Even this darkness itself was created. The all is mind and everything in the universe is mental. So that means that the mind produced the darkness and the darkness reflected the light in which brought it into manifestation. So the darkness is what produced the light, but the darkness itself was also created from the mind of the all. The mind is the producer of everything in existence. There's nothing in which that you can't think of that hasn't been produced. This table itself was once a thought within the mind of the person in which they got the material. They first had a way. Think about it. Idea, click, light bulb came on inside their head, right? You know, over the top of the head. You know, you've seen the cartoons. You know what I'm saying? And so the light bulb came over the top of the head. Boom. Oh, I got a good idea. Yo, what about? Yeah. Okay, well, then once you get that, then you got to get the material in which that coincides. But before you get the material, first you got to draw it out. Well, that's two-dimensional. Okay, then you get the material, and then you produce it and bring it into a third-dimensional state. So that's the science of right there of creation. First dimension, idea. Second dimension, pen and paper. Third dimension, right here before your eyes. Actualized, right here. Well, everything in existence came from the same format. Everything that you can see, touch, taste, and smell came from the exact same format. Right?
Check.
Check? Okay. All right. Whew, boy, all right. So, Atum emerged from out of Noon, the Nun, the mother aspect principle of the primordial substance of the universe, which is called dark matter. Now, Atum, as it emerged, came forth and created this deity here first, which is called Shu. Shu is, quote unquote, the first begotten son of Atum. But hold up, within your scriptures, it speaks about the second Atum. You remember that? Jesus is called the second Atum within the scriptures, New Testament. Now that's deep, because if that's the second Adam is Jesus, well, hold up, what was Jesus' Aramaic name? Yah. Shu. What? Oh, you did. Oh, wow, ain't that something? So that means that Shu, hold up. Then we go back to Shu. Shu dates back to over 50,000 years ago. Matter of fact, 52,000 years ago, according to Gerald Massey. 52,000 years ago. That's 2 processions of equinox. Procession of equinox is 1 great year. Is called 26,000 years. The sun rotates around the 12 zodiac signs. So this means that this information has been in existence for at least 2 rotations. 2 great years. So there's something wrong, you know what I'm saying, with us now coming 2,000 years ago, talking about some damn Shu, which you call Yahshua, and now coming all of a sudden just into existence. This concept been around for over 52,000 years ago. So the science is that, hold up, we look here, Yah, we look here, wow, okay, Yah is supposed to mean what? Supposed to be good, Wah is supposed to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Good is supposed to be electrical. Magnetic. Okay. Masculine, as we would say. Feminine. We can go on with the comparisons, but the science is that Shu is directly in the middle, and the reason why Shu is in the middle because Jesus is represented within your Bible as the mediator. Remember, nobody can get into the Father but through me. I am the truth, the way, and the life. Well, hold up. How do you get the truth? How do you get the way, and how do you get the life? You get the life through your breath, because it's called the breath of life. Well, hold up. Within ancient Kemetic teaching, Shu meant the breath. Still ain't getting no damn response. Oh, okay, we gonna keep going. Huh?
You're hitting buttons.
I don't know yet. Shit, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing though. I don't know what the hell I'm hitting yet, but I'm gonna keep pushing. But Shu, as you see, is the mediator within Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, as it's called within the Old Testament. That's the reason why Shu didn't exist in the Old Testament, because Shu wasn't the mediator yet, because you didn't learn the science of the breath, because the Bible itself is talking about the science of breath and how to formulate the activation of your chakra system. That's what the Bible is talking about, from the Genesis being that it's based on your genealogy. Or as they say, the Gina Arset or the Gina Isis or whatever term that you would want to call it. But it's based on your genealogy. So if it's based on your genealogy, that means that this was talking about the beginning stages in the formation of your physical body coming into existence between what? 23 chromosomes, 46 chromosomes together, making you a person. But hold up, guess what? Atom, within geometria, which is the science of numerology, coming from the ancient Kabbalah or the Holy Kabbalah, atom equals in numerology 46. Okay, now we getting some responses. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So now that's deep. It comes up to 46. Well, hold up. Eve comes out to the number 19. Now, the 19th surah in the Holy Quran is Maryam. We went over a little bit of this last night. But Maryam is the same word as Mary, as we know. Mary Martha, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, you know what I'm saying? 3 Marys, which all represents the triple stage darkness. You get that? Triple stage darkness. Oh, you don't know what triple stage darkness is? I just told you. Oh, here it is. Ein Sof, and Ein Sof. 1, 2, 3. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Triple stage darkness manifested. So the 3 Marys in your Bible represents the triple stage darkness in which that produced Jesus, who is the light. Oh, shit. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Wonder why he had all the Marys around him. He had one who was a harlot, you know what I'm saying? You got to bring life through the, you know what I'm saying? That's why he got with the harlot, right? Mary Magdalene. That was his wife. How do we know that? Because according to the scriptures, the only one who can anoint the body of Jesus once he supposedly had passed on in the sepulchre was the person who was who? His wife, or either his wife. His mother or his wife. So, well, guess what? His mother, they didn't say his mother came to anoint the body. His what? Mary Magdalene came. So that means that Mary Magdalene had to have been who? His wife.
Everybody get that?
So now hold on, we just finished going over the signs of the eye. Remember that it was the symbol of Ayin is the eye. Well, 1, 2, 3 eyes. Representing what? The physical state, the mental state, and the spiritual state. But hold on, we go even further because Ayin itself supposed to represent the void. Ayin Sof supposed to be the void of wisdom. Ayin Sof the void of wisdom of limitless light, as they will call it. So, Ayin represents limitless. In other words, infinity. Sof represents wisdom. Same word in which that from Sof we get, you know what I'm saying, Sufi or Suf. Sufi is the same word in which that means wisdom within Arabic. All right, and means light. So the final stage was Ayin Sof in which that formulated and produced finally the light in which that became from Nun, because Nun is nothing but the Ayin principle, or the triple stage darkness in which that produced the light or atom. Secondborn, or firstborn rather, was Shu, as we would call it Yahshua. So that's Jesus. Now we go further on. Mary actually come from this ancient term in which that is found all over the world. It's Maya. You go to the Vedic text within the Hindu culture, you'll find the term Maya. You go to Mexico, the civilization, ancient civilization of the Olmecs and of the Olmens and of the Incas, the Aztecs, and the Mayans. Matter of fact, the word Mayan came from here, the term Maya, because they are the ones in which that who fell up under the science of this magic. Maya itself is magic. It's the illusion. And the way in which that you can use your willpower in order to manipulate that magic. Or better yet, that any principle, you know what I'm saying? That's what you use. You use the power of the what we would call willpower. Let's say it like that. You will use your willpower in order to manipulate any event in which that you find in which that there's a need to do so. And by doing so, you will use the science of the illusion, because all of this is a hologram. You have 76 trillion cells in your body, and each cell is nothing more than a mere copy of your whole body. That's the science of what? Cloning. I can take a strand of your hair, a skin flake, a speck of blood, and supposedly, theoretically, according to science, they can clone a whole you, right? Now, the only way in which that it can be was that means if that was a hologram. You get this? So that means that you're a hologram. So now that you realize that you're a hologram, then hell, what do a hologram need in order to survive? Bingo, you need light. So right there, I just finished reading to you that Jesus said when the eye is single, the whole body is be filled with light. That means he was telling you the science on how to draw in the cosmic golden ray energy and produce whatever you want into existence. In other words, he gave you the whole science of manifestation right in that one verse that I read. How do you bring down this energy? Well, consciously. That's how you bring it down. I'm gonna get into the consciousness in a second. But check this out. We got Shu. We got Atum, Shu. Shu's sister was Tef Newt. Then you had Geb, Newt. You had Osar. You had Osset. And you had Set. And you had Nebhet. Now count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Signs of 8 represents infinity. Well, guess what? What it was talking about was the 8 dividing cells of mitosis. In other words, the 8 dividing cells in which that produce your physical body into existence. Okay, I don't know. Anybody know about the signs of mitosis? Okay, I'll break it down. All right. You have the 23 chromosomes, which is embedded within the sperm, right? Then you have the 23 chromosomes in which that is embedded inside of the woman's egg. Well, when the man ejaculates within the woman, the sperm in which that is the chosen one, the metaphysical process in which that happens is that sperm travels up the base of your spinal column through all 7 chakras, receiving instructions of consciousness from all those immaculate light systems. And as it comes up and it takes the consciousness of each of those seats or centers, or what is called neuromelanin centers, or clusters, melanin clusters, it takes this energy and travels all the way up to the final destination, which is in the 3rd ventricle, and become baptized in the cerebral fluid of that illuminated cave, in which I was talking about earlier, by the pineal gland. It received the spark of life from the pineal gland, which is the God within you, because inside of the pineal gland is God, which is called your divine soul. Okay? That is the aspect of the soul within you in which that is the pure facial reflection of yourself. Matter of fact, you go to the Old Testament, it reads about when Jacob wrestled with the angel and he named the land Peniel, in other words, the pineal, because what? His life has been preserved and he has seen the face of God face to face. So if you want to see God face to face, that means that you must raise that energy up, called the Kundalini energy, to that pineal gland. But when the sperm goes there, become baptized in the cerebral fluid, it travels back down the spinal column, back to the testicles in order to wait to be ejaculated. With the 777,777,707, anyway, this is how many. 777,777.
Add all that together.
Yeah, that's it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 7 equals what?
63, and 6 plus 3 is 9.
3 was 9.
Right.
9 is.
Y'all know what 9 is, right?
9
Nine is the highest. Nine is the highest number. You know what I'm saying?
Because you start another cycle
Right.
after nine.
After the 9, you start another cycle. But 777,777. I get it right in a second. But anyway, this is how many cells. All right, or what we call germ cells. And out of this germ cells, this only takes one in which that what? Impregnates. So it's like this. This is the egg. As the sperm flows, and as it attaches, the head of the sperm blows up, the tail breaks off, and the head blows up to the exact same equivalent size of the nucleus of the egg, in which that begins the process of what is called mitosis, in which that at this point, the 2 become a 4, the 4 become the 6, become the 8, in which that begins this whole cycle of what is called from atom, or atom, from Shu, Tef Nut, Gab Nut, or Saw Set, Set Nebhet, in which they're talking about that you are already a manifestation of all of these deities already. So whenever you call on any aspect of these deities, the only thing you call it on is the aspect of yourself. Because these same 8 cells are the same cells in which that never changes in your body. Out of all the 76 trillion cells in your body, these 8 cells never change. They still keep the exact program from the day that you was born to the time that you pass on. Now there's a science too on, this is what is called the egg of Geb. Geb is supposedly have laid this egg. He was known as the goose that laid the golden egg. And Geb, other name is called Nergur, in which that you can see obviously that the word nigger originated from that. So that means right there is that the divine science is that you are the nigger.
You my nigga.
And guess what? Within the ancient Kemetic kingdom, in ancient times, the king title actually was not Pharaoh, because Pharaoh is a name in which that came about in the 16th dynasty by the Hyksos, who was the invaders. The name for the Pharaoh, as we would call it then, was called Negu.
The word Pharaoh means White House. Y'all ever heard
Or House of Fire.
Where's the president? Okay. That's just the tip of it.
Negu. So Negu is the same word as Negu. Same word. Just take out the vowels. So Negu is the science of who you actually are. Within ancient texts, it also speaks about the so-called Negu being the serpent people. The serpent people, the serpent race. And is known throughout the world in ancient times of who they were talking about was talking about us. The people who had the ability in order to control the Kundalini energy. The word Kundalini means serpentine fire. You had the ability at one time to control that power within you. For those that don't know, the Kundalini energy, even at the base of the spine, is 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is equivalent to the surface of the sun. That's why if you raise that energy up improperly, you're asking spontaneous human combust. Now, of course, it won't happen to black folks, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we got too many damn reports of that happening to white folks over the last 100 years. It's been documented. Matter of fact, there's a book called The Spontaneous Human Combustion in which that you can get, in which that document, and it was all white folks that blew the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Blade style. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, you know, that's what happened. But this is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, they don't want you using the word nigger, because that taps you back into that sound in which that originated your whole physical existence into being. So they want to take away that divine origin of the word nigger and just give you a substitute. Oh, you African. Which nothing wrong with that if you understood the divine science behind the term African. You You know what I'm saying? It's not African, it's actually Afrakam. Afrakam. Af means body. You know what I'm saying? Ra means sun. Cam means black. You got a black body in which that is filled with the energy of the sun. So yeah, you are Afrakam, but you ain't no damn African. I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly that meant what? A land that was separated some damn well. Well, within Arabic, that's what it means. It means a land mass that's separate. You know what I'm saying? All right. Everybody following so far?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, if the people on the street call each other niggers, we all be at the height of the battle by now.
Oh, shoot. What you think that sparked this consciousness into existence? It wasn't until that we started using this term in an endearment way in which that sparked this consciousness of metaphysics into existence. Before that, when everybody was back in the 60s and 70s talking about, no, we can't use that word, boss. It wasn't until the 80s and 90s that we started saying it, you know what I'm saying, in which that sparked the revolution in the science of what? Metaphysics. So it is doing what it needs to do. And that's sparking us back into the gods in which that we are.
Could it also be the intent in which you use it, which really gives you the energy?
Of course, you know, I ain't gonna let no white person up and say no nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, shoot, if you read my article, shit, I put a foot in a little white girl's ass when I was little, 11 years old. And, you know, like I said in the article, you know what I'm saying? I thought about the joint. I said, well, maybe sticks and stones may break my bones, you know, but names never hurt me. You know, but then, you know, that fire in my bones, you know, Christians say that it feel like fire shut up in your bones, you know? You know? I mean, it happens, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that, you know, you read the article and say, well, that was my first time really, you know, but, you know, first time it happened, you know. Oh, boy. I ain't gonna get into that. All right. But going back to the science of the number 19, too. The Sphinx itself sits at a 19.3 degree angle on the Giza Plateau. It sits in the center of the Earth. Okay, so they geared everything at that 19-degree angle on the centered mass of the planet Earth. At 19 degrees on the other side of the planet was the Hawaiian Islands. If you go to Mars and you lay down a 19-degree angle, which is actually like this. This is how you get the 19-degree angle. Is overlaying it with a 6-pointed star, and it's right here. Okay. At 19 degrees. On Jupiter, if you overlay the 6-pointed star, well, guess what? The red dot will show up at this 19.5 degree angle. If you did this on Earth, it would come up on the Hawaiian Islands. If you did this on Saturn, huh? I already said Jupiter, didn't it? Did it? Oh, okay. All right, tell me something. But the science is that this tetrahedron, as it's called, when it's overlaid on top of any planet in our solar system at 19.5 degrees, you will see an upswelling of energy. For example, if you did it over top of the sun, you will find out that the most sunspots originate at this point, at this 19-degree angle. So this upswelling of energy is symbolic to the same upswelling of energy at this 19.5 degree angle in your physical body, which is talking about here at the base of the spine. In other words, right above the crack of your ass. So the Kundalini energy sits at a 19.5 degree angle in your body based on if you overlay a tetrahedron over your physical body, which is called a Merkaba, which was the light vehicle in which that brought you behind here from the Gideon from the star constellation Sirius. Okay? You ain't coming on no damn metal ships. Sorry. There ain't no damn metal UFOs that brought you here. You came here as a light vehicle, as a light being, as an Etherian. That's how you got here. All of the ancient world culture speaks about it. You go to Credo Matoa within South Africa, he tell you that the word in which that they use there is Merkaba. Merkaba. Well, same thing within the ancient, same thing within the ancient Hebrew, Holy Kabbalah text, Merkaba. Word is found all over the world. So this Merkaba was the light vehicle in which that brought you here. Yes.
When you said something about the spine and the Kundalini,
Mm-hmm.
all right, when people like stand behind you or to say chills up your spine?
Right, that's exactly
Is
it.
that happening? Like,
That's exactly it. That is that actually the chills up your spine is actually the illumination of the ida and the pingala, which is two nerves which is attached to your sacral bone. All right, your sacral bone is a triangular bone in which that originates right up from the crack of your behind, going up like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. This is the abode of the Kundalini energy. Inside of the sacral nerve is the Kundalini energy, or what we call the serpent. Okay, the serpent power, the serpent force. Okay, the serpent was never anything negative. You know what I'm saying? We got that because, you know, we read the Bible incorrectly. We read it incorrectly. I ain't gonna get on yet. Hold it for me.
This is what he's talking about down here.
Right, that's it. Or what we call the caucus, or what is called, you know, which is the tailbone area. All right, this area right here. Yes.
Yes, so when you talk about the serpent, you actually talk about those who have mastered the
Those who have mastered the Kundalini energy. Those are the reptilians. There ain't no damn reptilian walking around talking about, you know, eating your ass up. You know what I'm saying? All that nonsense that David Icke and all these knuckleheads is producing in order to keep us off the track of illuminating ourselves back to godhood. Telling you once again that is something negative. You don't want to mess with them reptilians. You don't want to mess with them. Man, shoot, they'll fuck you up. You know, yeah, I know. But even Credo Matois told everybody on the tape with David Icke that the joint was metaphorical. He told them on the tape, so I don't know what part they was listening to for the last, shoot, when I seen the joint for 4 hours, I knew exactly what he was talking about. No, I don't know. Go ahead.
This might seem like a strange question.
Nah, ain't nothing strange.
In that area of your body, since we are in the body, if that area of your body is damaged,
Yeah, if that area of the body is damaged, it can be regenerated through the power of sound and vibration, through the power of crystals and magnets. There's nothing in which on your body, if you live and can't be repaired right now. Remember, I told you that the original 8 dividing cells of mitosis never changes, which is actually where the Kundalini energy dwells at, because it's within the sacral bone where the 8 dividing cells is protected from. This is right here. The Kundalini energy is those 8 dividing cells. And whenever it's cracked open, like an egg, you know, Humpty Dumpty fell down off the wall, you know, couldn't pick that back and put them back together again. Well, this egg's supposed to be cracked open, and when it's cracked open, it releases this atomic energy called the Kundalini energy. So this is an atomic energy in which that you can reach at subatomic level if you just meditate for 72 minutes. I'm gonna get into that in a second. Yes.
So that movie about the reptilians that meted in England and people,
Yeah.
that's all a lie?
Yeah. all that is CIA disinformation in order to keep the certain people from finding out who the hell they are, which means that you are the masters of the Kundalini energy. This is what you're supposed to be practicing, but if you're scared of it, you're not going to practice this, because I don't want that, no. You ain't supposed to be messing around with that serpent damn done bit every damn body.
Remember now, it was saying,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
they
saying?
drove the serpents out of England. Remember that story they were talking about?
Right.
Moors.
It was the Moors. It tells you within the ancient, right, it tells you, St. Patrick supposedly had kicked out the serpent race who was known as the Adders. Adder means serpent. Out of where? England. And they supposedly went up somewhere into Ireland, where you get the story of the little leprechaun people from. You know, leprechauns, you know what I'm saying? You got them, you know what I'm saying? Leprechaun, you know, that was talking about nothing more than the Twa people. The Twa people are the oldest people on the face of the planet who dealt with the science of advanced meditation. So therefore, within their rituals, the first thing that they focus on is the illumination of this energy from the lowest base lead level, because that's what this is base lead, to the highest golden sun level. Okay? In which that once you get that illumination, you'll see this so-called halo over your head. The word halo is from the Greco-Latin word helios, which means sun, in which that the word holy originates from, in which that you know what the word holy means. So the word holy actually means nothing more than sun. Yeah.
Does the word Negu correspond to Naga?
It's the same thing. Matter of fact, when you say and, nu, naki means serpent. And nu just means on high. When you bring the Kundalini energy on high, you become the Anunnaki. But if you ain't bringing the energy on high, then you might as well just be a whatever. But the word Naki means serpent. How do we know this? Because you go back to the ancient scriptures and you find the same word, Nike. Oh, they spell it in the Bible. Let me show you. A Nike. Same word. A Nike. Or they also say within the African culture, for example, there's many different languages, but they spell it like this. Enoki. Enoki. They spell it Enoki or Enoka. Enoka. And this is within Nigerian tongue, which is the Yoruba tongue. This is within the Swahili tongue. This is all throughout the whole culture of Africa. They got the exact same terminology for the serpent or the snake, Naki. Now, how is that possible? And then you come over to America and you study the science of the Olmec, the Mayans, the Incas, the Aztecs, in which they speak about Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan. Kukulkan, you know what Khan means? Khan means serpent. Khan means serpent. Okay. You know, this is what he's afraid of. He's afraid of your illumination. You know what I'm saying? Why he think he taking the name, you know, calling himself the Illuminati, when he can't produce not one bit of spectrum of light. You know what I'm saying? He can't even live up under the damn sun that give life to everything that's here. So how the hell can he be the illuminated one?
What's this thing with them exploring Mars now?
And nothing.
No?
There's another distraction in which that they want everybody to focus their attention out there to the moon and to Mars while they fuck up shit here. And that's the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? They have never gone to the moon. They have never gone to Mars. You know what I'm saying? All of that is, once again, CIA disinformation. They want us to think that they have greater technology than they actually have. Everybody knows. Right. Right. It's the same thing. And that's what I'm talking about. It's the hologram. You know what I'm saying? Everything that exists outside of you is inside of you. Matter of fact, we'll go over that. The 3 stars in Orion's belt is nothing more than the 3 major glands in your brain, which is the design of the Giza Plateau. You got the hypothalamus gland, the pineal gland, and the pituitary gland, and they all sit in the exact same formation as the 3 pyramids on the Giza Plateau and the 3 stars in the Orion belt. Is that something? Is that a coincidence? Come on, I mean, come on. If I cut your head open sideways, and I'm looking at 3 major glands in your body that sits in the exact same pattern as the 3 stars in Orion belt, which is supposedly external of yourself, that's the only reason why astrology works, is because of the fact that it's based on the human body. Because that is an illusion out there, and the real shit is here with you. But even this here is still a hologram itself. So you got to learn how to manipulate this hologram, this illusion. And you can manipulate it in any way in which that you see fit, because you are the all, and everything in this universe is mental. So the thing is that if it's mental, that means that everything is based on consciousness. And the problem has been consciousness. So let's get into consciousness. My brother's the 5 percenters, you know what I'm saying? Because that is my first foundation, you know what I'm saying? We was taught that there was 5 levels of consciousness. I go into 6, you know what I'm saying? Plus 1 more, in which that actually makes 7. You know, we go into the fact of personal consciousness, Interpersonal consciousness. Get some more chalk already. Life consciousness. Subconsciousness. Super consciousness. Magnetic consciousness. And infinite consciousness. Each conscious level is related to the 7 chakras. Interpersonal consciousness is related to the first chakra, which is called the base or root chakra. This is the conscious level in which that basically is about me, myself, and I, about survival. Okay? In which that most of the time, you know, that's what it seems like these niggas on this planet is on right now, if you just look around. But all about, so that means that the white man and caste is, this is the fall of man. The fall of man is about the fall of consciousness within man himself. Man means intelligence. Higher mind. That is the science of the word. Look up in the Webster Dictionary, you find out that the word man means mind. The mind. So, the mind of man fell. This is the fall of man. And he fell from infinite consciousness to impersonal consciousness. So, interpersonal consciousness have a nigga stuck on survival. It's all about the, you know, it's all about the business, baby. You know, right? Deals with family, the establishment of family, the production of family. In other words, right? Life consciousness deals with the solar plexus, which deals with willpower, the power to bring things into existence in order to manifest. When this is connected to the pineal gland or the higher infinite consciousness, then you can manifest anything here into the third dimensional world. It has to be activated though. Subconsciousness deals with the heart chakra. You use your heart chakra in order to bring forth your desires. Okay? That's what the heart is symbolic to, is the desires. Or it is also called the desired body. Superconsciousness deals with the throat chakra. Is at this point in which that you can express yourself fully to, you know what I'm saying, in order to manifest through the voice, through sound, all right? Magnetic consciousness is dealing with the pituitary gland. It's called the queen of the kingdom, which is talking about the dome, which is talking about the head. Then infinite consciousness is dealing with the pineal gland. The awakening of the pineal glands taps you back into your immortal body, which is talking about your spiritual soul or your higher spiritual body, which is called your soul body, okay? For example, this would be the dwelling place or the abode in this interpersonal consciousness of the Kundalini energy in its lowest state. Within an ancient text, it tells you that the Kundalini is half asleep, that is wrapped 3.5 times coiled at the base of the spine. This is what they say, all right? I agree with them because I've done felt all of the activity of the activation of the Kundalini process. The science is that when the Kundalini awakens, you would feel like a spasm here at the lower back area. That is the rumbling or the thunder in which that is spoken about within the book of Revelations. Because the book of Revelations is telling you nothing more than about the Kundalini symptoms. Whenever it speaks about within the book of Revelations about the 7 thunders, That is talking about the spasms in which that you feel as the Kundalini energy comes up and awakens and burn off what is called the etheric threads. There's etheric threads in your spinal column, in which that is attached to 31 nerves. And these 31 nerves is embedded inside of the spinal column. But there's 2 nerves outside of the spinal column called your sacral nerves, in which that is called your ida and your pingala. Your ida and your pingala. Ida, pingala. Pingala means white serpent. Y'all hear me? White serpent. Ida means black serpent.
Excuse me,
Yes.
a question.
Mm-hmm.
When you spoke this second,
Mm-hmm.
the spasm,
Right,
back,
right.
burning off, is that what caused a lot of back pain? Are you
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
just a sensation?
It's just a sensation. The pain itself could probably be problems within the karmic lessons of life, or it could be the manifestation of actually some type of fraction, you know what I'm saying, based on if you hit your tailbone in an unusual way, in some process like that, or if you was in a car accident, if you was, you know, anything, you know what I'm saying? Brother Geronimo says kidneys, you know, problems, but, you know, to me, that's the next chakra, you know, up that's related to the navel chakra. The base chakra, as we call it, is right here situated at the base of the spine.
So it's not gonna cause pain, it's just a...
No, it's just gonna be a rumbling.
That's our,
It's just like my hand moving, just like this. And, you know, if you do your hand like this, then you ain't got no discomfort from doing this, but this is how it is gonna go.
because last week there was a survey
Mhm.
that said people are having more and more back pain.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are, because that's one of the symptoms of the Kundalini energy.
Yeah, they said
Man.
more and more back pain.
Man.
And most of that is attributed to the, again, kidneys being right there, the two that balance the scales that represent the Libra. That means that you're not getting a proper ingestion of water, and there's an imbalance in your system, because a lot of your back problems is not necessarily spinal related, but it's kidney related problems.
Yeah, yes.
Now that might be the discomfort that we was talking about, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's connected to the navel chakra, because the kidneys are directly behind the navel on each side, you know, which is like just a little bit right here, which is right above here. This is where the Kundalini energy is the abode at, but right above it is the kidneys, in which that it does extend from the first chakra to the second chakra is extended at that point. But right here, the Ida and the Pingala is the black serpent and the white serpent. These two nerves sits like this. All right? This is the bowl of the Kundalini energy right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Directly sitting in the center of the brain is the pineal gland that overlooks the third ventricle. You have 33 vertebrae in which that extends up from the base of your spine to right here at the back of the neck, in which that extends to the medulla oblongata. These 33 vertebrae is in the same degrees within Freemasonry as the 33 degrees of Freemasonry. This is what this whole thing is talking about. The Scottish Rites. The Scottish Rites have 33 degrees. The York Rites has 7. The York Rites is nothing more than talking about the 7. It's talking about the 7 chakras, activation, taking you through that ritual and ceremony of the activation of those particular chakra systems. And also the 33 degrees of Freemasonry is nothing more than a ritual in which that takes you through the process of illuminating the Kundalini up through 33 vertebrae. Simple, real simple. You know what I'm saying? This is the nonsense in which they have perpetuated upon us. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that right here is 2 nerves, in which you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Exactly. This is right. This is the winged serpent. the winged serpent with the sun disk, which is called Atan, the sun disk. All right, Atan was the winged serpent. These are the two serpents as they come up through the base of your spinal column, what is called your sacral nerves, the Ida and the Pingala. The Ida is on the, this is the same thing within your Bible. Remember, Jesus sat between the so-called two thieves? Here it is. When it tells you Jesus sat through the two thieves, what? The one on the left hand side said, "Yo, if you be the Christ, don't you get yourself down from here?" He said something negative. The black serpent. He was the black serpent. Something negative. You know what I'm saying? As you see, nega, you get that? Okay. That's where all that came from. Then the one on the right side said, you know what I'm saying, chill, you know, leave that man alone. As a matter of fact, yo, won't you remember me when you get in paradise, yo? You remember that one? He the one who said, yo, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? You the last, you the one that's come talking this stuff. So, you know, I got to believe right now and never. You know what I'm saying? Representing the white serpent. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying, black and white in terms of what we relate black and white to. We talking about magnetic and what? Electrical energy. Magnetic energy is negative energy, right? Because it pulls. It pulls. All right? And electrical energy does what? Transmit, sends. You get this? It's just like a socket, you know what I'm saying, and prongs. Prongs is the electrical portion, the sockets is the negative portion. AC, DC, you plug that joint up, boom, light. Two prongs, it won't work, will it? Two sockets, won't work, will it? You know what I'm saying? So that's telling you right there how you create light. You know what I'm saying? Even on the physical manifestation through sexuality. And this is what this actually comes back to, too. Because that's the quickest way in order to raise yourself spiritually is through the act of intimacy. But that's something else. You know, we still dealing with consciousness. Let me get my ass back over. Let me get back over here. Let me get back over here. All right, we'll get back on the consciousness here. All right. These are bowls, like I said, relates to the chakras. But it also relates to the levels of planes of dimensions, realities, density levels. All right, this is what all this is really talking about. You have the physical plane or the material plane of existence. You have the astral plane of existence. You have the emotional plane of existence. You have the mental plane of existence. You have the causal plane of existence. You have the spiritual plane of existence, and you have the soul plane of existence. This is all symbolic of what is within you. Once again, the soul is God, so therefore, when you send the Kundalini energy up to the soul aspect, which is in the side of the pineal gland where it's embedded at, you receive infinite consciousness. Infinite consciousness means that you have developed your immortal body. Therefore, there's no need for you to fear death, because you are that you are, you always was, always will be. You everything in existence, because everything infinite is yours. And that's everything, right? That's everything. It's supposedly infinite, you know what I'm saying? Infinity means what? Forever, eternal, everlasting. You know what I'm saying? You know, it goes back to the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, which is talking about time never was when man was not. Okay, we'll keep going. All right. This is also called the caduceus. Within the ancient Kemetic teachings, it's called the Uraeus. The Uraeus. All right? The Uraeus word, Uraeus. Uraeus. Hold on. I think this is. There you go. Put the E right there. There you go. Uraeus means the serpent of light. That's what Uraeus means.
What?
The serpent of light. That's what Uraeus means, the serpent of light. So, when you ever seen a picture of the Aurora Boreas, who ever seen that, the serpent biting his tail? Yeah. The Aurora Boreas is the eternal, timeless everlasting principle of a person who have mastered the Kundalini energy inside of themselves to bring it up the base of the spine to the top of the head and then back over. Back to the perineum and back over. In other words, the regeneration of life within yourself. Once you have mastered that technique, then basically there's nothing in which that you can't do. Once you have mastered that technique, you can actually transform your body into a light vehicle or macabre once again and actually transcend space and time. I'm talking about stargates type of shit. Really. You know what I'm saying? Stargates mean that you're able to slide from this dimension into the next. This is the only thing this is what the ancestors used to teach us. They knew all of this. How you think we got here? That's how we got here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Leave this on the board. Let me go to this one here.
It's better than our spiritual songs that use the word.
Huh?
It's better than our spiritual songs, the old songs.
That's right.
If you listen to them good and
Yeah. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. That's deep. You know, you talking about a chariot coming forth to carry me home? You know what I'm saying? You know, we still thinking, you know, little tin metal ships coming down. Hey, you know, let me take you up. Let me conduct some experiments, some anal probes. Because this is the nonsense that these Europeans is telling us. This is the nonsense that they're telling us, right? You know, they get snatched up, you know, you go to a cow, you know, to a field, you know, see dead cows, you know, guts gone and everything, and we like, oh. Wow, man, oh, must be something to this stuff here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, they got us so caught up, you know what I'm saying? They got us so caught up on this nonsense, you know. But, let me see here. Wait, let me go through some of this information here. Everybody know this symbol here, right? This is the signs of the yin and yang, in which that we went over earlier, which is Atum. Atum is, once again, is the father of masculine principle already in creation. This is the same signs as the yin and yang, positive and negative, electrical and magnetic. Same science. It's telling you that everything was brought into existence simultaneously. Matter of fact, that's what the 7 principles of Tahuti is based on. The 7 principles of Tahuti is based on what? Mentalism. Mentalism is the science of the all is mind and everything in the universe is mental. The law of correspondence. Polarity. Gender. Rhythm. Vibration. Cause and effect, or what they call karma. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. These are supposed to be the universal laws of Tahuti. Now, the universal laws of Tahuti all tells you about duality in nature, duality throughout the universe, duality throughout the cosmic scheme of things. So it means that duality came about at the law of Tahuti. Tahuti means wisdom. Tahuti is another word for wisdom within the ancient Kemetic teachings. He was also known as the record keeper. So that means that he established the universal record called the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records means the universal library. This is the library in which that all your past lives are stored. Yes.
On that picture you just held up,
Yes.
you said that was the yin and the yang?
Yin and yang.
I'm curious,
Also 6 and 9.
excuse me?
Also 6 and 9. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, you know, if 6 was 9. Right.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, why is one, I know it's supposed to be positive and negative, if one is light and one is dark.
Right. It represents the same signs which I just put up on the board about the Ida and the Pingala, the black serpent and the white serpent.
It's
Right.
basically the same. That's
This is
what
the same. This middle portion right here is the middle path in which that is spoke about within Buddhism.
Okay.
The middle path is spoken on within Buddhism, in which that you travel the middle path, therefore you unify the opposite forces. These are opposite forces, but in the middle path, you unify both of them. This is the same signs as your lower nature and your higher nature, and you unify them at the heart chakra, or either you manifest the emergence of the lower energies into the higher energies, and those lower energies dissipate into the higher energies, and therefore you become the supreme ruler over your so-called quote-unquote earthly body.
I'm glad you explained that, because Feng Shui have another definition.
Right.
You probably know about that.
Yeah, I know a little bit about swing shui, swing and the shui.
He has another definition.
No, it's the same.
But, no.
Said before, you
Well, tell us the definition.
Huh?
Tell us the definition. You remember it?
It's not really, I read it in one of the books.
It represents the balance. It represents the
Energy
balance.
in the house.
Right.
Which way your apartment is structured.
Right.
You know, if you have your bed this way.
Right.
And
Right. You ain't supposed to be having no cactus up in your crib. Right. All that
yeah.
stuff.
So you cut off the positive
Right.
flow of energy coming in, and you know, the bed is in a death position.
Right.
It's a whole. They have a whole. If you read some of
Yeah, I
the
know what you're
books.
talking about. Right.
So that's why I had to know. I said, okay,
Yeah, but even
because he has that same.
the Chinese and the
diagram.
Japanese, they all refer to this as the yin and yang symbol.
Yeah.
You know, which is nothing more than masculine and feminine forces. The unification of the masculine and feminine forces is the middle path. That's the middle path in which that each and every one of us is supposed to be walking, is the unification of what is called the law of opposites. The law of opposites means that you're dealing with two direct opposed positions. This is where polarity comes in at. Polarity deals with those two extremes. Good, bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, how do you merge good and bad together? You know, and that's the science in which they be all here today in order to learn, because this is what's going to take us into the realm of the out of the womb and into the mind, is the unification of those opposite forces.
See, that's pretty much what they're saying too, because if you don't have things balanced, you can cut off and stop
Right.
a flow of positive.
Positive
things
energy,
coming
that's
in.
right. That's right.
Basically what.
No,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Well, right here, this is a picture of the heavenly force and the earthly force. And it speaks about the yin force of heaven is dominant in man, and the yin force of earth is dominant in woman. The former case, the former cause an outward penetration shape of the ligum, which is talking about the penis, whereas the latter creates an inward receptive shape, which is talking about the vaginal area or yoni. Thus, the forces of heaven and earth complement each other during sexual contact. So this is what we was talking about, is that even through intimacy, this is how you produce the light within the body, even at a greater state, because you're not just working in order to unify the forces within yourself, but you're also using it in order to work it with your partner. All right? Now, this is shown right here with the unification of the same principles that I had up on the board earlier. This here is Gab, right here, and this is Newt. All right, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen this picture before. But this is symbolic to the unification of the opposite forces. Okay? This is the same science in which that is spoken of within the mythology, is that at this particular time, man represented the earthly portion, the woman represented the sky or heavenly portion. You know what I'm saying? All of it is talking about centrifugal and centripetal force. Push and pull. That's what it's talking about. That's what creates what we call the gravitational pull on us here on Earth. There is no such thing, to tell you the truth, there is no such thing as what we call gravity. You know what I'm saying? If we would pull up our chakras, pull up the Kundalini energy through our chakras, we would be able to break the so-called weak gravitational force of the planet very easily, because it's the weakest force here. It's weaker than it's weaker than any magnetic force. It's weaker than any heat source. It's weaker than any light source. the gravitational force on this planet is the weakest of all forces on this planet. It's the weakest. So that means that we shouldn't have no problem in order to escape from planet Earth. Not just New York. You know what I mean? All right, right here, this is the first encounter. This is talking about right here, Ninti and Enki producing, supposedly the first beings into existence. Zechariah Ascension will have us to believe this is why I'm getting ready to hit these cats at, because they done had us spinning our heads around for the last 10 years in some stupid nonsense. Zechariah Ascension, whoever, y'all know Zechariah Ascension? Yes. Russian Jew that worked for the CIA? Oh, okay, well, I'll tell you about him then. All right. Within his books, he got when time began, the 12th planet, the Lost Realms. That's a good book, though. Get the Lost Realms book. That's the only one I can recommend from this cat. Yeah, Close Encounters, whatever it is, Encounters or something. Divine Encounters, that's what it's actually called. Genesis. Talking about Genesis, what is it? That's it, Genesis Revisited. Thank you. I knew there was something else that went along with that. You know what I'm saying? But in these books, he speaks about how the ancient Sumerians, who was called the black-headed ones, and how they were supposedly created by these gods that came down out of heaven called the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki came here and said, hey, we're going to take this ape, and we're going to put him in you, girl. And you're going to give birth to it. And then, we're going to try to, mix it up, make it look like something so we can force it to work for us and dig these gold mines. And supposedly this took place in South Africa because, we got all this damn gold there, so you might as well put niggas there, in order to, dig the damn mines, right? But this is the nonsense in which that he's perpetuating. The real science is that this concept goes way further back.
Sorry, the name of the guy's name?
Zechariah. That's it. Zechariah Ascension. Now, what he failed to mention is the fact being that he's not an Egyptologist. He's just a Sumerian, supposedly one of the greatest Sumerian scholars. But he needed a read Gerald Massey, who is the greatest Kemetic scholar, in which that a lot of Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark and a lot of them got their information from. Because he was telling it straight like it is. Yeah, everything is black. And this supposed to have been a white boy. You know what I'm saying? Bobby even said that he think he was passing. I said, all right, shit, I gotta agree, yo. I don't you know what I'm saying? I know it ain't no way possible that the white man just gonna say every damn thing is black, and if he wasn't, had a little bit of something up in him. You know what I'm saying? But this comes right off the scene in ancient Kemet. You see the god Tahuti, which we just finished talking about. You see the god Khnum, who is also another form of Amun-Ra, who is the head or the ram-headed god, which the ram is symbolic to Aries, the sheep, the lamb, the little lamb in which that Jesus became known as, because that occurred 2,000 years ago, was the end of the age of Aries, in the beginning of the age of Pisces. So he was born supposedly 2,000 years ago at the end of the age of Aries, so he took on the title of the little lamb. His fleet is white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb should have go. Right? So right here, we see that Khnum is forming man on his potter's wheel, or what appears to be man, because within the ancient Semitic text, it's not man himself, it's the Ba and the Ka. Ba means soul. Ka means spirit. So you find out that the Ba was actually Adam, the heavenly man, as he was known within the Kabbalah, Adam Kadmon, which means heavenly man. And that's why you find within the Holy Quran that you find out that in the chapter 4 of the Surah 4 of the Holy Quran, I think it's Igram, it mentions in there that supposedly this man was in heaven. Him and Eve was in heaven. And that all of them got kicked out of heaven. The 200 fallen angels, Iblis, as they call him, the devil, and Adam and Eve all got kicked down to the planet Earth. That's in the Holy Quran. that everybody got kicked the hell up out that mug. And for real, at the same time. No, huh? Eve is the spirit. She represents the Holy Spirit, or the Kundalini energy. That is the Holy Ghost inside of you. That is the fire trapped up in your bones, is Eve herself. Matter of fact, Adam is symbolic to the Ba, which you find out within ancient Kemetic teachings, that is Osar. Eve is another form of Aset. So you find out that Canaan made both Adam and Eve on his potter's wheel. So this is actually God who formed man from the dust of the earth, was talking about Canaan. Well, Canaan, within the ancient Kemetic terms, guess what the word Canaan means? Who got the my joint?
Like that.
Oh, no, my other joint. And see, there's some pages slipping. All right here, I go into it. We break down Canaan. Another name for Canaan is the potter. Now check this out. You had a movie that was called Harry Potter. Harry, you know what I'm saying? Harry is nothing more than another form of Haru, or who is known as Hero. And with that you get the word what? Hero. Or you get the word hour. Oh, or Horus. Exactly. So this is, you know what I'm saying, this is what this is all talking about. So this is what it's talking about, that time never was when man was not. Because now we're dealing with Heru, who represents hour, who is Horus, which is time. Father Time himself. So let's get into Father Time and show you how time began with you. Time began with you on this potter's wheel. Another name for Canaan is Potter. Harry Potter is Heru, Canaan, the potter, who made man, mine, from the celestial elements, from clay. This is the same God mentioned in the book of Genesis, the 2nd chapter, the 7th verse, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. And it is stated in the Holy Quran, 1761 through 65 verse, Adam was created from the dust. And also in the Holy Quran, 1532, that Adam was made from black mud. This black mud is talking about melanin in the physical sense, but it's also talking about dark matter or black matter in the celestial sense. Because that's actually what it was created from, was celestial properties of the dark matter. That's what this is all talking about. And your physical, and your melanin is nothing more than a physical component of the spiritual soul. Okay, y'all heard that?
Yep.
Your melanin is the physical component of the spiritual soul. So it's one and the same. All right? It is interesting that in Islam, Arabic, shaitan means within Arabic a thing of clay. Remember I just told you that that Satan, 200 fallen angels, and Adam and Eve got kicked out of heaven? Okay, we're gonna go a little bit further with that. Set on, also representing the setting sun, meaning also the thing of clay. And the oldest myth is of Prometheus, which is talking about, Prometheus is from the ancient tale of the Minoans, as well as also the Cretans, who was the black people of the Grecian islands at that particular time. This is before the Greeks came from out them caves and came to the Cretan islands. It was actually called Cretan. All right. In other words, we had these stories way before the European came 4,000 years ago to Greece. Because shoot, they was in the caves for 2,000 years. So you know. Anyway, he fashioned man, Ka, spirit, Eve, and the Ba, soul, Adam, on the potter's wheel, and molded the bodies of the living things from the clay of earth, and gave them the breath of life, Shu. All right? And the first son of Canaan, Atum, Patar, or Atum, or Amen, which is Shu. He means, now check this out, Canaan means to create. So he was the creator of all things that are, was, and all things that shall be. Another name for Canaan is Kenuma. Now Kenuma, you're going to find out that you have, within the ancient, within the Dogon, they have the same God named what? Remember this. Nomo. Because see, they also got you thinking that, Nomo was, this creature. You go back, who done read Robert Temple's book, The Serious Mysteries? Bullshit, once again. You know what I'm saying? All these white boys is faking the funk and they telling you some misplaced nonsense so they can have you looking externally for something outside in the sky while they do their damage to you right here on earth. All right, we're going to go over and we're going to say Kanum, which means to join, to unite, and to build. Kanum symbol was the ram. Astrologically, that is referring to the conjunction of the sun and moon as star seasons in the year or during the time of Aries. All right, the constellation Aries, which is I am, began with the sun in the sign of Aries 4,000 years ago and ended 2,000 years ago, thus during the time of Jesus was born, supposedly 2,000 years ago, right? And thus he was called the ram. It represented also the month of April or spring, which is, called the Passover of Easter. All right, and Easter, as we know, comes from the Sumerian goddess named Ishtar. You know what I'm saying? And within your Bible, she's known as Esther. Within the ancient Kemetic text, she's known as Aset, same deity, queen of the heaven, as they call her. That they transformed the queen of heaven into a harlot. That's the whole story of Mary. Mary was the one, who was unadulterated, the mother of Mary, the virgin. While you had Mary the Magdalene, who was the harlot. You know what I'm saying? Same one, same being. That's actually the metaphysics of it, or what it's talking about. One who was represented the higher nature and the one who represented the lower nature. All right? Right here, it says bara, which, bara, what I'm saying, in Hebrew means to create. Bara. Ba-ra, within Arabic means to create. Ba, as we said, is the soul. Ra, as we know, is the sun. So the sun, soul, is the creator of all things. Well, hold up, where I tell you that the sun or this soul is within you? Because, the sun is called soul law or soul of Ra. So where's this soul of Ra, soul law? Soul is located in you. Is inside of your pineal gland, in which that you can see God anytime that you want to, once you begin to realize that you are God. Okay? This is the science. So right here, it says, he helped Ra travel through the underworld each night on the solar boat. We're talking about the pineal gland. The Kanum, or the better yet, the ancient Kemetic Egyptians associated the ram's sheer force with raw sexual energy. And thus, Kanum was linked to fertility. He was linked to fertility, okay? Shukran, thanks. Thus, metaphysically, Kanum is birth, creation, and life itself. So that's when time came into existence, was when you was born. That's when you became Heru, was when you was born. You was born in Christ. Remember I told you earlier that metaphysically, that the sperm travels up through all 7 conscious centers called your chakras and become baptized. That is the abode of the initiation where it takes place at is inside of the 3rd ventricle. And receive instructions for 3 months. That's where you miss your 3 months at. 9 months you was born, the other 3 give you a whole year, 12-month cycle, 12-month season. Because for 3 months you was getting instructions by the Father himself who art in heaven, which is the pineal gland. Y'all get this?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, now we're gonna go deeper. All right? So right here, it mentions that he gave the power to procreate to female through what? Mitochondrial DNA. Remember I told you that Khan means serpent at the end of the word, Kuku Khan? You go back to the Mayans, go back to the Aztecs, the Incas, Khan meant serpent. Well, hold up. Mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA is the DNA in which that gives you the ability within women to do what? To give birth, to manifest a unseen force to a seen world. Let's go deeper. It says meto is from the Greek word metos, which means warped threads. Warped threads, DNA is warped threads. DNA. All right. And chondra, or chon, is from the Greek word chondron, which means grain or granular. And the moon is Chandra within the ancient Vedic text. And guess what? The sperm is Chandra in the ancient Vedic text. So damn, that's a lot of Khan. And all of it is relating to the reproduction. So that means the sperm, in a sense, is symbolic to the serpent. The warp threads, in which that you call DNA, is symbolic to the serpent because it has the exact. My God. You know what I'm saying? To the same exact elliptical pattern of not just Series A and Series B, but also to the Kundalini energy. Because both of them goes up the spine in this elliptical pattern. So that means that those threads, guess what? DNA in its so-called naming, or what's called deoxyribonucleic acid. Within the ancient times, they was called the water dragons. In ancient times, they was called the water dragons. That's deep, because you see the dragon throughout all of the Orient. You see the dragon here in America from on the temples in Mexico, right? Well, all those dragons and serpents and all these things and with the wings and all this is talking about your DNA and how those messages become open, Patah, Fatiha. And you are able to retrieve the coded messages from your ancestors and bring them to the forefront into your consciousness so that you can go forth and manifest and be a pure manifestation of those in which that came before you.
Amen.
So the science is that when you open up this information, you open up a can of whoop ass, number one, which he's afraid of, because that's actually what that is. You know what I'm saying? Number two, you open up the Akashic records. Remember in the movie, we talked about this last night, the movie, Queen of the Dead, her name was Akasha. And what was she playing? A vampire, which is symbolic to what? Hold on, you didn't see how she was slithering? What, we gotta go through that? You ain't see how she was slithering? She was like, woo! What's up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She was slithering because, y'all remember the dance back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Janet Jackson, Reba Jackson, you know, Snake, come on, man, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's telling you right there, the signs of who she represented was the DNA or the Kundalini energy in its what? Elliptical state, in which that is supposed to be open. Now, of course, in the movie, she passed this information on to this white boy. Because what they telling you is that that's what we did for them, the Moors did for them in Europe. The Moors passed on this information to them, the Holy Kabbalah and all of this, and left them all this information, and we did. You know what I'm saying? We effed up. That God knows we did. but anyway, let me get back to this. All right, the Twites, or what is called the Twa or the Pygmies, call him Kanon. Check this out. This is what the Twa people call God, is Kanon. Now that's deep because the Dogon tribe call him the exact same thing. No more. So this is throughout all of Africa, the signs of who this God was, in which that brought all things into existence. It's talking about your DNA. Okay? From all the way from the subatomic level to the atomic level to the molecular level to the cellular level, and thus you manifest now as I see you. From an unseen state to a seen state. Ain't that something? Right here, he's also called Num-Ra. Num-Ra. He was the serpent, supreme serpent god. Check this out. He's the god of the rainbow and of the 7 rays of the sun. In other words, like Samson's 7 locks. Samson, son, never mind. Anyway, the serpent and its 7 heads, which is talking about, you know what I'm saying, you go to the book of Revelation, it speaks about the serpent or the dragon with 7, 7 heads, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Rah, rah. And it speaks about right here, which is referring to the Kundalini. And if you go to your Bible, you know what I'm saying, Revelation, the 5th chapter, the first verse, it breaks down something real phenomenal, and it mentions, And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within. And on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. Huh? Oh, got you. All right, and I saw on the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within. This is deep. This is written within, not without. As above, so below, as within, so without, but within. On the backside, sealed with 7 seals. Hold up, we just finished talking about that it's here on the spinal column in which that you have those 7 seals or 7 chakras. This is not your backside? Hold up, it's written within, is it not inside of you in which that this, hold up, DNA is what is called messenger codes. Is that not something in which that is written? It's written by what? Amino acids. 4 base amino acids, as a matter of fact. CGAT, as is known. So this is what this is talking about. Those 4 basic amino acids correlates to who you call Yahuwah, or Yahweh, or Yehivahi, or YHWH, what is called the Tetragrammaton. So that means that these 4 basic elements is actually nothing more than the 4 letters of the divine name of God. So therefore, Yahweh did create you. But it's talking about in terms of your amino acids. Y'all get this? It's talking about how you got here. Not something spooky. You know what I'm saying? You know, ooh, you know, Twilight Zone type of shit, you know. You ain't talking about that. Ptah had 7 canoes. Ptah, same word that we just finished breaking down earlier, father, Ptah, the opener, he has, of course, the damn book of Revelation means to open. To reveal means to open. Oh, book of Revelation spoke about the opening of the 7 seals. Oh, okay. So Canoe, the opener, he has 7 seals. Or he has 7 canoes, in which honestly, they must get open too. You know what I'm saying? It's called open eyes production, ain't it? Okay, we goddamn, somebody knew something up in here. All right, right here, it says, and it is 7 seals. And it says, which is a book written within, which is talking about your brain, your DNA, and your nervous cells, or your nerve cells in the body. And on the back side, we're talking about your spinal column, and it's 33 vertebrae and 33 nerves. All right, remember, Jesus died at the age of 33. All that is talking about when you raise up, you know, your energy up here through the 33 vertebrae that Christ become crucified on Mount Golgotha, which is the place of the skull, which is talking about inside of your head. So therefore, you eradicate the lower nature and you raise everything up to the higher vibration. So therefore, you killed off and crucified everything in which that was negative. And now you are saved. Now you're saved. The blood of the Lamb.
Praise God.
And the blood of the Lamb is the melanin. That's the blood of the Lamb. It's the melanin. Already inside of you, so you ain't got to give up the blood. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep your ass from Red Cross. Right here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the science. All right, we're going to break. Peace.
Get back. 20? Yeah, but you gotta say 20 minutes to black.
20 minutes.
That equates to a half hour. 20 minutes.
So y'all make sure y'all come back. Don't leave, come back.
Yeah, because we ain't getting to it yet.
You got dirty on you yet. You got the real good stuff yet. Y'all come back.
All right, man, please, can you know
That yellow shows up a whole lot better than that white.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Straight? Still?
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Can you hear me now? Let me get this joint right. All right. We went over the last piece was about the god Nomo or Khnum, which that was actually not talking about some space creature that came from outer space and made man, you know what I'm saying, mixed in. Remember, the dog gonna tell you that that the normals mixed in with them. But see, we thought the normals was extraterrestrial. It is. It's extra energy. Extra terra energy. Man, I mean, we look at the word extra. Extraterrestrial, you know what I'm saying? Word extra, you know what I'm saying? Terra, you know what I'm saying? Or better yet, terra, and then you have astral. You know what I'm saying? Extra terra astral. So it's extra energy on Earth from the stars. Because astral means star. Star. Astral means star. So it's extra energy from the star. Well, hold on. What controls the DNA structure of the people here on planet Earth? It's Series A and Series B. Series A and Series B travel around each other in an elliptical pattern every 60 years. Has the exact same formation as your DNA. Has the exact same formation as your Kundalini energy. The galaxy spirals in the same formation. Your hair curls in this exact same formation. So this represents the power of the universe as it's translated from on high down to below. As above, so below, as within, so without. So the outward manifestation of this supposedly elliptical pattern is nothing more than a replica of the DNA within you. Once again, outside of you, that's the illusion. So everything that you see there can be explained physically right now as we speak. So the whole thing is based on the conjunction of Series A and Series B. Every 60 years, they'll come to this point, like right here, and they'll flip-flop over each other and exchange electromagnetic forces. And matter of fact, they'll flip-flop into each other's orbit, where they originally was located at. Huh? No, it's 60. Every 50 years will be the year of Jubilee, in which that they speak about, within the Old Testament, they tell you about the 50 years of Jubilee of the Hebrews. As we broke down earlier, the Hebrews is nothing more than the Het Herus, or the Het Herus, or the what they call it now. Well, what they got in the ancient tongue now, they call it the Habarus, in which they supposedly was talking about the Hyksos dynasty. They couldn't have possibly been talking about them because they was invaders, you know what I'm saying, into that particular culture of the ancient Kemites. The ancient Kemites themselves, as we know, had the deity Het Heru all the time. You know what I'm saying? Het Heru was symbolic to the calf or to the cow. Same story that you found out when you was a little kid, the cow jumped over the moon. The moon was symbolic to Het Heru as well as also the cow symbol. So it's all talking about, when they told you about the cow jumped over the moon, they was telling you about the story of Het Heru, or about the story of the Hebrews. And which that you find in the Old Testament, once again, was the golden calf. Okay? So that's where the word originated from. So just like we find out later on now, Zechariah Ascension, once again, he was talking about Nibiru. Y'all know what Nibiru is? No. Y'all think it's a planet that's getting ready to come back and save you? Do you? Well, I'm getting ready to blow your shit up. Because if I gotta wait for something to come back and save me, I'll be waiting for a long damn time. You ain't got to wait because you already got it. This is Nibiru right here. This is called the Eye of Heru. Nibiru. It's right here in the center of your damn brain, right between your left and right hemisphere of your brain, and it's called the third eye. Or actually, as I call it, the first eye. It's right here in Layla's Africa's book, Nutricize, on the damn, the 15th page. And it reads, this is a photograph of the inside of the human brain. The cells of the brain are magnified to the equivalent size of a car. The electromagnetic galaxy-like cloud in the center is the Eye of Heru. It is inside the brain in a fluid-filled space called the third ventricle. I went over that a little bit earlier. The Eye of Heru is alive and active and floats above the pineal gland and is influenced by the melanin and the spiritual world, unseen world. So right here, this is your mothership, Honorable Elijah Muhammad's. This is your Nibiru, Zechariah Ascension's readers. This is already within you. You ain't got to wait for shit to come. What you need to do is just do some damn work and raise up that damn serpent in order to get into this damn shit before you can man that motherfucker. You got to man that joint, you know what I'm saying? You got to, be up in that joint, you know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. That's the whole science. You manning your ship. You doing your first work. And the first work is meditation and breathing. Because that's what raises the serpent up, or the Kundalini energy, in order to man this ship. The energy all converges into that galaxy-like cloud, and the whole spiritual essence of yourself is there at that particular time and space. In order to do what? Open that area up and travel galactically. Or better yet, intergalactically. You get it? Intergalactically. Enter the mind. Get it? That's the portion now that we're going into. We did the outer womb, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit left on the outer womb, just a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? I had a question outside which I got to go over. Who is Lucifer? That's what they say. They say Lucifer is the fallen angel, right? He's the one who fell and, messed every damn thing up. All right. But let's get into it. Lucifer is a Latin name, number one, so it has no relevance to us whatsoever. All right, you go back to the ancient Kemetic, or better yet, the ancient Hebrew, and you find out that his name is Uriel. You go back to the ancient Kemetic teaching, you find out that his name is Urias. Oh, yeah, I just did it right before break, didn't we? Oh, yeah, that's why. Oh, so Lucifer means the light bearer. Remember that's what they, white folks tell you that, the light bearer, he bears the light. Well, guess what? Uriel means what? The light of God. Okay, oh yeah, the light of God. Yeah, okay. And what this means? Oh, Urias, we broke it down earlier, means what? The serpent of God. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, now we're going, that's the connection. Oh, that's the serpent. The Urias. Oh, the Kundalini energy, as is also called within the Vedic text. Okay, all right, there we go. So you want to see the light, which they call Christ, because he's the light of the world. You must raise yourself back up to God by what? By way of who? The fallen angel. Come on.
Do they represent that symbol as being the morning and the evening star?
Man, look, they represent this right here is the morning star. You see that? That's the morning star, which is your pineal gland. When this is illuminated, it lets off all the light spectrums in the universe. Everything from electrical rays. Oh, we'll go. What they call electrical rays. You get infrared rays. You have visible rays. You have ultraviolet rays. You have X-rays, cosmic rays, gamma rays. You know what I'm saying? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there we go. That's what you take in. For those who have melanin, you take in every aspect of all of these rays. For those that don't got it, then you don't take in all these damn aspects of these rays. Meaning that you're not universal. That's damn simple. So you melanin, you take in all 7 rays. If you're not melanated, then you don't take in all 7 rays. You might take in 1 or 2. That's the reason white man only deals with radio waves, because that's electrical and television, TV and radio waves, because that's electrical waves. He rarely deals with infrared. Matter of fact, it's the infrared energy in which that is killing his ass off right now. It's the infrared energy in which that is called greenhouse effect, in which that is getting trapped within our atmosphere. Now, the key is that it's called infrared. Red. Hold on, what color is the Kundalini in its sleeping state? Red. Red. Okay, what color is the devil? Red. Oh, now do you see this? What color is Santa Claus? Oh, better yet, Satan Claus, right? Right, come on. So now that we don't put that little scenario together, let's come up with a bigger scenario. All right, so this infrared energy is getting trapped within our atmosphere called greenhouse effect, in which it is causing the earth to become what? Global warming. What is global warming is a outward manifestation of the inward manifestation within you, being that it's the Kundalini energy. So that means that the Kundalini energy is also expanded and also is being what within your body? Gathering more of this energy. So as this energy becomes more built up within you, it begins to upswell, as we said before. 19.5 degrees, remember? Upswelling of energy. Well, this energy begins to upswell and takes you through all levels of this spectrum and cause your melanin to take in all aspects of this light. Okay, well, for a person who don't have that, have a calcified pineal gland, according to Richard King, 60 to 80% of Europeans have calcified pineal glands, meaning that they can't reach spirituality no matter what the fuck they do. Now, since that's the case, that means if they attempt to bring up this Kundalini energy to a calcified pineal gland, they will spontaneous mankind combust. Not human, because you the ones that are humans, but they will mankind combust. You know what? They will blow the F up. Literally. Because they can't handle this type of energy.
What about the magnetic rays that are coming from the sun now? The sun is supposed to...
The solar flares, what is called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. They also call sunspot activity, which supposed to only occur every 11 to 22 years. Well, guess what? This has been occurring for the last 7 years, 6-7 years, ever since 1996. Why is that? Why is that? But it only supposed to occur once every 11 to 22 years. So that means that something in Mother Nature, you know what I'm saying, the solar system, you know, somebody mad at some damn body. You know, maybe it could be the white man. You know, I mean, being that we control nature because that's what melanin does. Melanin is connected to the dark matter in which that formed all things into existence. So therefore, we have access to all things in existence. And since that's the case, then we use nature in order to destroy that which is causing us the most oppression upon this planet, which is the little white man. And that's what is happening. That's why 20,000 of them died 3 months ago, if you remember, in just Europe alone. Yeah. And they just gave you the figure of France. 20,000 of them just died. You know, the sun just, you know, effed them up. You know, they just croaked. You know, and that was just in France. We're not talking about in Portugal, in Spain, in Belgium, in the Netherlands, in Germany. We're not talking about in the other European countries, because they also did give up the facts that there were other counts. So, you know, we do them just like they do us. You know what I'm saying? 400,000 was at the Million Man March, remember in 95? Yeah, but it was supposed to be how many? At least 2 million, right? Okay, well, we do the same thing with them. You know what I'm saying? So you say 20,000 supposedly died. Okay, well, we'll boost that shit up. It was really 1 million. And that's the truth of the matter, because, you know, they lie about their statistics and figures anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's why my grandma used to hide, you know, hide all of us in the damn back in the closet and shit. They ain't here. Ain't nobody here but damn me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody here but me. You know what I'm saying? So they only count one. You know, me, my uncle, you know what I'm saying, my cousin, you know, we all back in the back like, yeah, there's only one. You know what I'm saying? That's why the CIA pumps up, you know what I'm saying, pumps up the statistics because they know that there's over 80 million of us here. They pump it up. Come on, think about it. We still talking about 30 million people. Man, they were saying that shit back in the 1960s. It was 30, it's 30 million blacks. You know what I'm saying? It's 30 million blacks. You know, so for 40 years, it's been 30 million blacks. I'll be damned. Somebody ain't having no kids?
No, we baby's kids. Right.
Ain't nobody having none? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, the CIA is more factual. You know, they will claim that there is about 80 million of us here. You know what I'm saying? Which would actually be almost half of the population. So all this, you know, letting Mexicans in was just that little trick in order to let you think that you was getting ready to be moved out of second place, when actually you're still in damn second place getting ready to move up to first. But that's another story. Go ahead, Quinn.
Yeah, because when I was asking about that, you know, because all of that, those rays are in the sun rays, right?
Yeah.
Plus, you said you have electrical, but you also, this is why they're saying the magnetic stuff is supposed to be setting off all the computers,
right?
All the radios going on.
Because once you blow up this energy chart, none of the electrical energy is going to work. None of the electrical, for example, I'll give you a good example. Y'all remember TV? When without the remote control, before the remote control, and you just had, you know, had to turn TVs with your hands? Yeah. Okay, remember VHF? Very high frequency. You was able to turn from channel 2 to 13. Okay. Well, UHF was what? From ultra high frequency. Okay. VHF deals with visible spectrum. Ultra high frequency deals with ultraviolet light, which is black light. We'll get into that in a second. Okay, so here you is changing your channels. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get on the frequency. UHF comes down to comes down to ultra high frequency, and so therefore you move from channel 14 to channel 83. Y'all remember that? And what did you have to have? The rabbit ear antennas was what helped you get the VHF. Remember? Right? Huh? Damn right. It was a piece of foil, or either two hangers in the back, or either just one good hanger. Right? Y'all remember? There it is. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Come stand over there. Hold it. We got a picture. You know what I'm saying? We got the picture. Okay, you see, you know what I'm saying? I know it ain't been that long since we've been spoiled by that damn old control. All right. So, but hold up. So, you know, that's what helped pick up VHF. So white people got straight hair just like these damn rabbit ear antennas, or better yet, they ain't got hair, they got fur. So this fur picks up VHF. All right, well, you got some curly shit. All right? Your curly shit is like that. Oh, wow, it happened to be the same antenna as the back, in which that was called the ohm antenna. Oh, remember this? It was the ohm antenna that was in the back, in which that helped pick up what? The UHF. Y'all remember this? Yeah. Oh. All right, we got you. All right. So, hold up. Om is the sound that the Tibetans, that the monks and that study Buddhism, that the yogi masters use, that everybody who's trying to gain enlightenment uses. Om, 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 om. And so that means that if we already have hair follicles in which that matches the ohm sound, that means we ain't got to do too many damn ohms. But what we do got to do is consciously be aware of the energies in which that created the universe, because this tone is supposedly has been the creator of everything in existence. Supposedly from the Big Bang, the sound in which that was produced was the ohm sound. Y'all know that? This is according to the Vedic text, or what we call now the Hindu. Okay? So that means if we already had this type of texture here, or what now is known as 9-ether, right? Y'all, you know, some of y'all might have studied Malachi's of York. You know what I'm saying? 9-ether, as they now call it. You know what I'm saying? 6-ether, you know what I'm saying? As they call it. You know, 6 and 9, if 6 was 9, 6 is dead etheric energy, 9 is live etheric energy, universal energy. All right, so universally, you're in tune with the universe. They're dead energy, so therefore they're not in tune with the universe. That's what this is explaining. They can get very high frequency, but they can't get ultra high frequency. So therefore they can't expound past, even on a good day, crackers can't get past visible spectrum. Because guess what? Visible spectrum is the third dimension, in which that produce red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet light, in which that makes everything visible as we now use our 5 sensors. Actually, there's only one sense in which that is touching.
Is that
because light touch your eyes in order to give you the ability, in order to see as it translates, turn that picture upside down in the back of your head, you know what I'm saying, which is called the optic nerve, and then put it back out to you right side up. Hey, I can see you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got dyslexia, you know what I'm saying? You see the letters, you know, switch, you know, it depends on that. But, hearing, what? Sound, touch the what? The hair within your ears, you know what I'm saying? And hit the eardrum, the drum, to give you the ability in order to sound. So therefore, that touch. So everything touches. So there's only one damn sense, and that's touching. One sense, touch. There is no damn 5. Stop the lies. So that means that with this one sense of touch, you are able to transcend into higher realms. These higher realms deals with ESP. These realms just deals with SP. Sensory perception.
So you would say that the Caucasians then are out of touch because they can only manifest,
No, they in touch.
Third level.
You know, they in touch with the third dimension. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We are the ones who are out of touch. Because we're outside of the realms. Actually, even in creation, we are 4th dimensional beings already. We already are able to control time and space as we now know it. We just haven't realized it yet. We already correlate to ultraviolet light due to the fact that we already got the hair follicles in which that transform into ultra high frequencies. We're able to reach all of these ultra high frequencies through tapping into the realm of consciousness, in which that we went over a little bit earlier on the board. These 7 coincides with the 7 realms of consciousness in which that I spoke about earlier. Interpersonal consciousness all the way to infinite consciousness. And we have the ability in order to tap into all those frequencies and all those conscious levels. All right, let me get back to this damn Lucifer. All right. Now, Lucifer is Latin, means light bearer. Uriel is the Hebrew word in which that Lucifer derived from, in which that actually Uriel means the light of God. Uraeus is the ancient Kemetic form of Uriel, in which that Uriel derived from Uraeus and is called the serpent of light. All right, so what is the serpent of light? Well, we already know it's the Kundalini energy. So that means Lucifer is the Kundalini energy. So Lucifer ain't that damn bad. Because in his original form, that's what he was in heaven. But because Lucifer fell through the states of consciousness, because remember I told you that he got cast down here with you, Lucifer brought down 200 fallen angels. But guess what? How many bones you have in your body? Approximately 200. They say 206. So that means that the 200 fallen angels, or 200 fallen angels, was angels of light in which that manifested in the most dense portion of your body is called your damn skeleton system. What controls your skeleton system? According to what Brother Geronimo broke down, Chief Geronimo broke down, is Saturn. Saturn controls your what? Physical structure, or what's called your skeleton system. Your blood as well as also your DNA. The first place that Sirius bombards its energy from hits our solar system through the star, or better yet, through the planet Saturn. It transformed from Saturn to Pluto, Pluto to Mars, Earth, and there we are. Oh, Saturn, there you go. Satan! Oh, so Satan and Lucifer is actually 2 different beings. The light is Satan, is Lucifer, but the physical manifestation of the fallen energy itself is Satan. So that means when you fell into sin, as they say, you fell into skin. Do you get this? So the skin itself is talking about when the soul has embedded itself inside of a physical structure in which that now the soul is not as unlimited as it once was. Now you have trapped God in the damn physical body. So now that God is trapped in an illusion, what must God do in order to get his ass out of this illusion? He must become conscious and travel back up through those fallen states, because he's no longer Lucifer. He must now become the Christ, in which that they tell you within the Christian church that Christ is God, and it is. And I said, and it is, not he. Because there was no such man in which that existed on this earth ever in creation. But I'm with Walter Williams, if you can get with that. I'm telling you the truth of the matter. There was nobody on the planet Earth who walked around by the title of Jesus Christ. Jesus wasn't even his name, as we already went over that. It was Yahshua within the Aramaic, in which that we developed even further the word Joshua. So, you know what I'm saying? You calling this nigga, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? His name Joshua, is Yahshua, he don't know who the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to the same signs, will the real Jesus please stand up? Thank you. There you go, Shabazz. Will the real one please, there you go. Stand up, huh? You know what I'm saying? Stand up. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
We have 2 names, because they call him Jesus and they have called him Emmanuel.
Exactly. Who is he? But we know what Emmanuel means. Emmanuel within Hebrew means God is with us. Well, hold up. He ain't just with you. He's inside of us. And so therefore, we are Emmanuel. Jesus means he who saves. Jesus means Jesus. Check this out. Jesus means he who saves. He who saves. Or better yet, the Savior. But hold up. The only way in which that you can save yourself is if you raise yourself up from out of those lower conscious levels back to the supreme, infinite conscious level in which that you were, where you once were at. In other words, back in heaven. Heaven happens to be here. The crown chakra. This is heaven. this is hell. This is earth. Oh, once again, hell, earth, heaven. Hell, earth, heaven. Get this inside of you because this is the only hell, earth, heaven that you will ever see. Unless you create one. Because remember, this is the mind is the all is mind and everything in the universe is mental. Who ever seen the movie What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams?
Oh, yeah.
That is the best representation of what happens after death that you can ever watch. Everybody go and get this film. What Dreams May Come. Robin Williams. What Dreams May Come.
Now stay with it. You have to watch it all.
Yeah, you got to watch this joint from beginning to end because this had divine science in it. I'll give you a little prelude, No, I ain't gonna tell too much because I don't want to spoil y'all, you know what I'm saying? For those that ain't got a chance to watch this joint. But basically, when he went up into heaven, he was able to create everything in which that he wanted. Because that's what heaven as well as hell is. It's nothing more than states of minds. In other words, conscious levels. And you ain't got to die in order to go to heaven. You can reach heaven right now and bring heaven on earth. That's the whole science. Once you reach infinite consciousness inside of yourself, you can manifest everything in which that you can think of right here and right now. This is the science. So therefore, Bob Marley was right when he made mention that heaven is on earth. You know what I'm saying? So, we go into something else. All right. Question? Oh, go ahead.
Another question.
Comment?
Add to it. So what that other entity was telling us, he was leading us, he was telling us his story for them to adopt it as their story to empower him. That's the flip side of us.
Hold on. I gotta get this. All right, say it again.
The story he's telling using the Bible, whatever, I don't know, the Hebrew, whatever.
Right.
You want to go
You're talking about in the book of Genesis.
on any of it. He's telling them and using Jesus, he's showing, well, he have a lot of this slavery thing. He have a lot of us.
Oh, I know. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So that they can give him armor to keep him in power.
Well,
keep him over them.
Yeah, well, that's if you want to consider that the white man has some power, which he really doesn't. Because once we really awaken to the God within and actually learn how to tap into this God-like force on a daily basis, what happens is that his word begins to disappear because it's nothing more than an illusion.
That's what I'm saying.
So what it is that this Bible, and you see this word, Holy Bible. Remember, we put up on the board, the word holy comes from the word helios, which means sun. The word biblios, Bible, comes from the Greek word biblios, which means what? Pages. So this is nothing but more than the sun pages. This is what this is. The Holy Bible means sun pages, even within Latin and Greek. Sun pages. So that means if this is the sun pages, then who else can stand the sun? So this means that this must be a little summary of the information from the sun people, which happen to be melanated people. So that's why we can use this, but we got to use it properly. Hold on, this brother here had a question first.
I was about to say, I was going to ask you, I thought biblios meant book.
Yeah, book, pages, same thing. Papyrus, in which that it comes from out of ancient Kemet, means the same thing. We say kitab within Arabic, whatever term that you want to use. Book, pages, the same thing. Go ahead.
So why does the average Christian say you got to be born again?
Because you do.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to raise the energy up within you to become born again. You already had a physical birth, but now you got to have a spiritual birth. And the spiritual birth is you raising the energy up to the crown chakra to become reborn again and manifest everything in existence as being born. What do born means? Born is the 9th letter within the 5%, God's and earth teachings. You know what I'm saying? 9 represents being born, to manifest all things into existence. So 9, remember, you just got that. They go 9 right there. 9 give you that ability. Everything about you is in the image of the universal 9. You know what I'm saying? You was born, to manifest, to be once again. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? You regenerate. You know what I'm saying? You revitalize. You rejuvenate. You know what I'm saying? You everything. You know what I'm saying? You to do everything over again. Because everything you can put within your own image once you learn how to become God once again. This white man ain't got no power over us. You know what I'm saying? We just assume that he does because, we listen to the nonsense of indoctrination and brainwashing in which that he is laid upon us. You know what I'm saying? But his game has only been, 300, 400 years. what I'm saying? He got a weak ass game. You know?
Because committed lasted for, as he said, 2 cycles of the solar system, 52,000 years. And we were falling victim to 300 years. Is there something wrong with that picture?
Oh yeah, a whole lot wrong with it.
We just can't understand.
But right here, this is the picture of Ba. As you see, this is Ba. We got up on the board there. Adam is Ba, which is symbolic to the soul. All right, this is Ba. As you know, this winged bird also with the human head is also a symbol of who? Heru, or also. Now, you read this right here. Let's read this joint. It says the Ba and the Ka was considered to be 2 primary aspects of the soul which existed within man. The Ba was represented by the bearded head of a man and of the body of a hawk. It symbolized the world soul which existed within man and the universe. This is Adam Kadmon. Adam Kadmon is the heavenly man, which is the world man, the universal man. All right? And the bird body represents the soul's ability to move between heaven and earth. Heaven, better yet, earth and heaven. It is the life-giving power of the Netaru, and the death comes to the body when the breath, Ba, exits. All right? This is the symbol of Ka. You know what I'm saying? As you see, look like some, football, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But let's read on Ka. All right, the Ka is represented by 2 arms held at 90-degree angles, symbolizing the animated force within the body. And the Ka is also seen as containing all the powers of creation and is the activator of cosmic forces. And a person, Ka, determines their inherited and personal character as well as their destiny. On a higher level, the Ka represents spiritual free will. And on a lower level, it represents the flutter that binds one physical being to earth. A soul becomes enlightened when it is liberated by the Ba and the Ka. This concept has been incorporated as aspects of Islam, which we have now as the Kaaba, which you run around the Kaaba 7 times. You know what I'm saying? Then you go kiss this black stone at the corner. You know what I'm saying? That black stone is symbolic to the pineal gland, the black dot. You know what I'm saying? And those 7 circles are symbolic to the circles or the wheels of light, which is called the chakras. All right. And it's the most sacred shrine of Islamic faith. All right. All right, so I think we getting a little bit of this here. Let's see. Okay, get this joint. Okay. Let's deal. I got to go back over this joint. Deal with this. So, the father and the mother aspect came together in order to form Adam, which comes up to the number 46, which is talking about the 23 chromosomes and the 23 chromosomes of the males and 23 chromosomes of the females, as they say, in which that gives us the number 46. And the reason why Adam comes up to the number 46 within the gematria numerology. Now, we know also that it comes up to the term atom. Well, we got 7 layers. We got what they call solid, liquid, gas, in which that they only tell you about, right? That's all they tell you about. Well, there's 4 more etheric states in which that is higher than this, in which that they call chemical ether. Life ether. Light ether. And lastly, what they call thought, or what they call mental ether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the reason why I'm going through all these 7 is because all these 7s are mentioned in the book of Revelations. You ever thought about why 7 keeps popping up throughout the whole entire book of Revelations? This is the reason why, because this is everything which that they actually are talking about within it, which is talking about illumination of self. Go ahead, Al.
Are these different stages of being?
These are different stages of being. We are falling supposedly into the apparent solid stage. The apparent solid stage is that supposedly we think that we're solid. Actually, we're not. So we find out that 99.9999% of your atomic atom body is actually empty space. In other words, this is how the atom looks. So what? We carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this is 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which comes up to 666, which is the mark of the beast in which they claim for you to be. Because you are carbon units, or carbon beings. The white man is carbon base units, or carbon base beings. He has the basics of life, however that shit is dwindling. But you represents the whole entire universe manifested in physical form. As above, so below. Microcosm, microcosm.
Is that why we're called humans and they're called
mankind? Yeah. They're kind of man that evolved from mankind. You know, y'all know the scenario. But right here, look at all of this shit. Do y'all see this? What the hell is this? And you think you solid when 99.999% of your atomic structure is empty space. Or what appears to be empty space according to physicists, actually it isn't. It's potential light. It's ether. Well, so let's go back to the ether now so that we can know what this is actually composed of. Your atomic structure is composed of the higher formation of ether, which is mental ether. Mind ether. Once again, there it goes. The all is mind and everything in the universe is mental. So that means if you have the highest formation of mental ether in which that composes your cell, your atomic structure, then it means that this energy is what is manufacturing your life essence. This is the illusion in which that is manifesting you physically before me and I before you. So let's go deeper. So this is an apparent solid. So, now we can put up the parent, apparent. P, I'm saying, E-N-T, apparent solid. Okay, well, supposedly 75% of your body, is filled with liquid, or what we call, water. The brain is 90%. You know what I'm saying? The gas is symbolic to, to the breath, to an aspect of the breath, the lower aspects of the breath, actually. Chemical ether is symbolic to the hormones, in which that flows through the endocrine gland system. For example, in the pineal gland is the serotonin and melatonin. At the thyroid gland, thyroxine. At the thymus gland, white blood cells. At the solar plexus, which is the pancreas, insulin. At the sacral nerve, which is the basically the kundalini energy. And at the root chakra, which is basically the prostate gland within males, and within the woman is the uterus, which is nothing more than this seminal fluid, in which I'm gonna get on in a second, in which that is produced by both males and females, except it's latent within the females. And I'm gonna get into that in a second on how the female actually brought everything into existence, and the male species is the degenerative male, in which that broke off from the female.
Degenerative female?
Better yet, the degenerative male. Well, yeah, degenerative female. They became what we now call a male. All right. So right here, you see that this is potential light or ether. Well, if you learn how to bring more light into your atomic structure, what you would do is irritate that which is unseen and be able to bring it into manifestation. In other words, this is how you raise your frequency or your vibratory rate, is by bringing in more light. And as this light comes down from the cosmos into the cellular structure, this photonic energy, in other words, you get what they call protons, electrons, and neutrons. Neutron, yeah, we get this right here. All right, the electrons are these right here. The electrons interact with the photonic energy. That is the fourth state. Let me get it. There it is. Photon. All right, the photons. These are the photons in which that comes from outside of you. Cosmic energy, cosmic rays, or what we call pranic energy. Within the Vedic text, pranic energy is the Kundalini energy, but it's external of yourself. So therefore, the Kundalini actually is no different inside of you than that which is outside of you, in which that manifests all things from the unseen to the seen state. Everybody got that? The Kundalini does that. It manifests things from the unseen state to the seen state. This is why the Kundalini energy is so important. The reason why they made it spookified for you to be the serpent race nowadays, and the reason why they give this to this, dinosaur-looking creature that they done created up and shit. All right? So, the photonic energy, you break down the word photon, and guess what you get? Ptah on. Ptah is known as the father. Remember we went through that earlier? Well, here go a picture of Ptah. It's off the most of. Guess what light they let off the most of? Off the sun. In other words, when the sun let down its rays every 8 minutes and 20 seconds, guess what color is let off the most? Green. Exactly. So you see that Ptah is the same being as Asar, which was both known as the vegetable gods, vegetarian, whatever term that you want to use, vegetable gods. You all seen them green. That's what that was all symbolic to. Was the fact that this green energy comes down from the sun, in which that bathes our cellular structure in this light. So this green light is healing light. This green light is light in which that helps us live on earth, because it's light in which that coincides with the chakra of your heart. Your heart chakra is the color green. The majority of everybody on the planet that has melanin was born at the frequency of the heart chakra, and you was pulled down from the heart chakra back into the pulpit. You get this? Back into the pit. Remember it speaks about the bottomless pit in the book of Revelations? That's the bottomless pit, is your damn stomach, your abdomen area. You know what I'm saying? You eat a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? They said, boy, that boy sure enough can put that shit down, can't he? You know what I'm saying? It's like a damn bottomless pit up in there. You know what I'm saying? That's where they got that, that type of folklore from. Well, guess what? This is in your Bible too. Because ain't nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So, Ptah on, which is photon, this energy comes down as cosmic rays, universal rays, or solar rays as we call it, and interacts and crosses. And this energy, just like Sirius A and Sirius B, transfers energy. So the electrons pick up the energy from the photons and switches energy in and out. Negative energy goes out on the transmitting rays, and positive energy is transferred in on the positive. Get it? So the thing is that you want positivity, you constantly absorb the light into your cellular structure or into your atomic structure, in which that is your molecular structure, which becomes your cellular structure. And therefore, your 76 trillion cells will have nothing but light inside of them. So therefore, you become an Etherian or auric being or light being. So you become what we just finished putting up on the board, Uriel, or the Archangel Uriel, which, if you notice, Uriel was one of the 7 archangels. He was the light of God. So therefore, you become Uriel, in which that is the Latin word for Lucifer.
Powder?
Movie
Powder?
Oh, what about the movie Powder?
That's what he became? Pure light?
Yeah, right. That's what they were showing.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they were showing. That's exactly what they were showing. Go ahead.
Well, the Bible says ye are the light of the world.
Exactly. Basically, right. That's the reason why they get it mixed up about Lucifer being the morning star and Christ being the morning star. There is no difference. They're nothing but extremes of the same pole. And the pole is nothing more than your damn spinal column.
You notice that the star that they're talking about in the morning and evening, the same star, planet Venus.
You know what I'm saying? Here go one pole.
So
here goes another pole. Well, there it is. Polarity. One extreme to the next extreme. Lucifer, Christ. 2 brothers that walk the same path. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for no more bullshit, you know what I'm saying, with these goddamn fairy tales that these crackers are making up, as well as these other Negroes that's falling in love with these fairy tales that these crackers made up.
Because they gotta get paid.
You know what I'm saying? This is the nonsense that we've been perpetuated with for the last 400 years. I'm here to break that shit, for real. You know, you might not like the way I do it, but hey, so be it. You know, shit. We'll talk about it later. Right here, we got the HARP system, weaponry. You know about the HARP system. It's set up as an artificial gravity field. You hear that? An artificial gravity field, replacing the ionosphere in the attempt to stop the solar cosmic energies from entering the Earth atmosphere. Once again, let's read that again, because I wrote this. But anyway. but right here, I just finished showing you, right, about the exchange of negative and positive energies between the electrons and the photonic energies. Well, this coincides right here. If they set up the HARP system and it's set up as an artificial gravity field, replacing the ionosphere in the attempt to stop the solar and cosmic energies from entering the Earth atmosphere. That's deep, because that means that they're trying to stop the light from coming into you in order to keep you from not becoming the light bearers, in which that was your divine gift from the beginning. You get this?
Wait, how are they stopping it?
Right.
They have a HARP system. The HARP system is called High Oriole Advanced Program Project, or program, in which that is set up in Alaska. This is rows and rows. These are it. These are rows and rows of antennas and of satellites, in which that is beamed at 100 million watts. Now they trying to get it higher to 100 billion watts in order to be able to disrupt the ionosphere. Now let me tell you something special about the ionosphere. The ionosphere is the next level after you passed from the physical body. The energy in which that existed within you that whole time goes there to what is called the ionosphere, which within the folklore term would be called the realm of form.
Like this right here.
Okay? Right.
Earth.
There's the Earth.
Ionosphere.
Right. It is approximately 62 miles up, where it begins, all the way to 3,000 miles up, where it ends. This field is where the ancestral energy goes to. And this is why the Yoruba belief, why the Akana belief, and why all the other beliefs talk about the ancestors and being able to tap into the ancestors. Because guess what? This happened to be the same realm where the TV and radio waves are activated from. This is the same place where the satellites up in space goes at, which is 62 miles up. This is the goddamn space shuttle where it goes up at. The space shuttle don't go nowhere. Space shuttle goes 62 damn miles up in the sky and comes their ass back down here. They don't go nowhere. 62 miles up, you know what I'm saying? You know, you think it's all up in outer space some damn way, and it's 62 miles up inside of that ionosphere. So that's where the ancestors dwell at after they leave the physical body. That's the first transition stage. That's called the realm of form. Those that stay in the realm of form, what is called the astral plane, they have the ability in order to want to come back. This is also the plane in which they give you the ability in order to dream. Whenever it's disrupted by the HARP system, you don't dream.
That's
You get this?
That's why
You get this? You get this? Because it's been disrupted. If you remember when they didn't have the HARP system 10 years ago, you was able to remember your dreams much more better. Matter of fact, the dreams were so vivid probably during that time period, you was able to see such fantastic colors. Matter of fact, I met this Negro, we was in the barbershop, and this cat gonna tell me that he dream in black and white. I said, hold up, there's something wrong with you, son. This is a black cat. This cat, yo, that's when I realized that, I gotta leave some niggas alone. and see, that's the first question I ask in every seminar now. I didn't ask y'all, you know what I'm saying? But most of the lectures I go to now, I ask, who dream in black and white? Raise your hand. And I'll be like I'm doing something else. I see some hands raised. Oh, I gotta watch your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like that. Yeah, counterfeit spirits. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know who I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my ways of testing these cats, is finding out who is who. So this cat's sitting up in the damn chair, and he telling me he dreams in black and white, and I'm like, talking to this sister like, man, he fucked out. Yeah, you know, I don't know anybody who dream in black and white anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I can see this maybe back in the '60s. You know what I'm saying? You know, these cats watching TV, you know, Leave It to Beaver and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, nowadays I can't see that. But anyway, yeah, okay, brother. You know, you sleep. You know, that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? So you know, this is what's being perpetuated, is that this disruption by this harp system is causing some of the brothers and sisters to dream in black and white. Go ahead. Okay. Oh.
You on?
Yeah. Oh, now, okay, good gosh. Where'd the light come from? Okay. All right, this atmosphere is broken down into 7 segments. The atmosphere itself, you got the stratosphere, you got the mesosphere, you have the ionosphere, you have the magnetosphere, you have what we call the lower, the 3 lower atmospheres, in which that all equals up to 7 atmospheres. So these 7 atmospheres is also symbolic to the journey outside of the physical body, in which that you go all the way up into to where you get to the Van Allen belt, or what is also called the ionosphere. The Van Allen belt. Because like you said, that is the River Jordan, in which that the souls cross over, you know what I'm saying? And that's some of the baptism or the initiation in which that you go to if you're able to raise your consciousness high enough in order to go from there, and then you journey forth into what we call Orion and Sirius and the Draco and Arcturus and the Pleiades.
Is that what you call the astral plane out of
That is the astral plane. This is the astral plane. This is the plane of what was called the dream world. This is where you go to sleep at every night, and your astral body comes out of your body, which is still connected by the ether core, like Chief Geronimo broke down earlier, and you journey into the ionosphere, so therefore you meet with your ancestors. They come to you sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the reason why, because you're right there with them.
But I've heard some people say you can't get back into the body.
Oh, yeah.
I always get
No. Hold on. I'll tell you. No, sometimes it's difficult based on how much you have eaten before you practice the actual exercise. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you naturally born with it, then that's a blessing. But some people got to practice it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they eat too much before they go to sleep. So therefore, it is a hard time coming back into the physical body, because the physical body is gross. You know what I'm saying? Is gross and dense before that damn food. You know what I'm saying? In the body. Go ahead.
Aren't there gatekeepers that control these?
Yeah, watchers. Yeah. But still, they're nothing more than entities in which that never got a chance to incarnate in the physical body. However, they sympathize with the incarnation of those in the physical body, because they know that this is a hard damn job. Go ahead.
Now, what happens when you're talking about this dream state? I understand what you mean, in the sense that you go to sleep, but what happens to people who dream while awake?
Oh, shoot, same thing. They ain't nothing different.
They're at the same level.
Yeah, what you mean, daydreaming? Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
I mean, yeah, like I'm talking
Right, one is unconscious, one is conscious. That's it. One is unconscious, one is conscious. Unconscious means that you sleep, conscious means that you awoke. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter which one. If you still do the exact same process, then that's the exact same way in which that it takes place. You still going up to the astral plane, you know what I'm saying? Any more questions?
They have a difficult time. They say that this is something I do on a daily basis. What do you tell me that I'm traveling to another world? Do you know how you zone out? They say you're in a zone.
Right, and they tell you that you zone out.
You could be driving your car, and all of a sudden you don't remember passing this last spot. Right. So where'd you go?
That's the question.
Where you went?
So check this out. So right here it says the harp weapons also put thoughts into people's minds and control their emotions and fry their brain, and can fry the brains of an entire army in the field of battle in a matter of minutes. Create the, and this is also what it says. It said, create the many signs and wonders foretold by the Antichrist. In other words, they can use this weaponry in order to create illusions. For example, if you want a UFO to come out the sky, well, you ain't got to do nothing but fake it with some, holographic imagery from this harp system, and your niggas believe this shit because of the simple fact that's what you've been taught in these goddamn books. So therefore, you be out there on top of, like on Independence Day, on top of the goddamn roof, with the picket signs and shit, talking about, we ain't waiting for you, we ain't waiting for you. Right. You know, the same thing happened with, on the joint, you know what I'm saying? Boom, get your ass going up. But anyway. Right here, it also renders nuclear weapons and their delivery systems obsolete. All right? So this is what some of this heart system nonsense does. Let me see here. Oh, go ahead.
You mean the heart can knock out the nuclear weapons?
Yeah. The heart can knock out the nuclear.
Yeah, they control the weather.
Right, it controls the weather. Right, it can control the weather as well as also control the moves in which the weather itself affects your moves.
Right.
The moon force affects your moves.
So they got 40,000 people in
Right.
Iran?
Right, exactly. You just said
What a
it.
big accident.
Right. The earthquake was caused by the HARP system.
Yeah.
This has already been publicized, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, my boys from Frontline Magazine, hey, they put it out, you know what I'm saying? So this is a nonsense in which that is being perpetuated by this system. You know what I'm saying? So it can also control the minds of people. That's what I'm most concerned at. Because, you control the emotions and the mind of people. You know what I'm saying? These people run around believing any old thing. You know what I'm saying? That means you ain't got to even do nothing in order to work the plan of brainwashing anymore. You ain't got to put out no more books. You know what I'm saying? Like David Icke and, Zachariah Sitchin, none of these other people. Now they can just make you believe what they want you to do. And this is the...
How do we take back our power?
Ah, this is it. This is it. Here we go.
Start on Sunday.
Now we go.
Start on Sunday.
Now we go.
Start making it on Saturday, because that Saturday's day was a black Sunday. Because that's what they used to call Saturday, black Sunday.
All right.
White people would do it.
Go ahead, bro.
I've seen several presentations and read some stuff about how the heart could deploy troops and mess with
Right.
soldiers' minds and
Right.
all that. And just thinking within itself, if we raise to the crown chakra, that is a frequency that the heart cannot tap into.
Bingo. And that's what I was getting ready to go into. This brother, see this? What I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See? Follow. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. So the science is that's why you want to raise this energy to the crown chakra so that no frequencies can tamper with your psyche. And that's the only way to do it. Go ahead.
The whole idea behind nanotechnology getting down to the DNA level.
Exactly.
That all coincides as long as you subordinate and suppress it to that frequency, you can't get out, and that's how they get it fully sorted.
That's exactly. Any type of implants. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of implants is to be able to control your biological system, your the mechanisms of the brain. That's why they talking about within Revelations in which that they know that the highest heat granular is in your hands and in your forehead. So therefore, you find out that that's the exact same place within Revelation the 13th chapter, which speaks about being able to be placed in the hands and the forehead. Now this ain't no coincidence.
I just want to say one thing, like how they're milking us into accepting it already, because I was watching TV the other day, and they have all these commercials for Hewlett Packard, nanotechnology,
Right.
and we create so many things as we created, blah, blah, but we already are, so what we're trying to create as far as technology, they're milking us into accepting all these things, nanotechnology, so it's already starting, it's so sublime that if we're not on the frequency now, we're not even jumping at the TV like,
Right.
what the fuck? You know, so if we're not looking at it,
Right.
It's already here, and everyone's thinking something else is coming, it already is.
It is. That's right. Go ahead, Al.
Cut off between 2012 and the full-time belt.
Yeah, well, the science on that goes back to what I was breaking down about the VHF and the UHF. You know what I'm saying? At that same time, you have planet Earth, as we call it, you know what I'm saying? In which that has electromagnetic field. All right? Here at the core, you have what is called the black sun, in which that is the core of our, the sun is about 600 miles in diameter. It's composed of carbon, diamonds, gold, and other crystals. That's what this core is made out of. Who's seen the movie Core? Y'all seen? It shows you all in there. Amethyst stones all over the damn place, skyscrapers tall, you know what I'm saying? All types of crystals and everything. They know. They telling you the science already. So the thing is that this sun, which is what is called the heartbeat of the planet Earth, this is the Kundalini energy of the Earth itself, is being sped up. At one time, it oscillated at 7.83 hertz. Now it's oscillating at 13 hertz. And once it reached 14 hertz, then the planet itself would jump into a new frequency. Now check this out. Remember I told you VHF comes from channel 2 to channel what? 13. And VHF. Then UHF comes from channel 14 to what? 83. So that means that we're jumping into UHF mode. So hold up, what happens when we in UHF mode? Then your melanin will become a super ultra conductor of electromagnetic energy. Therefore, you not only will be able to tap into the highest energy states that be put up on the board, but you'll be able to transform them into even higher energy states. Because there's energy states in which that's going to be higher than those by the time this shit is over with. Everybody getting this? I'm going to break it down a little bit further. Go ahead.
What about those who don't even use the TV like, and we have the dish with 999 stations? So how do you...
Those are the frequencies in which that you be able to tap into. That's the whole reason for cable, showing you that this channel's beyond 83. It's showing, right, same thing. Cable, vision, whatever. It's showing you that there's frequencies beyond the ultra high frequencies. You know what I'm saying? It's higher frequencies, and you'll be able to tap into those at will. Go ahead.
I was watching this program on TV. I'm not sure what channel it was, but it was special. It was talking about the electromagnetic field of the Earth.
Right, the electromagnetic.
Time it flips and...
Right, it's called a pole shift. And matter of fact, that's what we're getting ready to come up on now. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly December the 24th, 2012 AD is supposedly when this is supposed to take place, according to the Olmec calendar. I don't say Mayan calendar because the Olmecs are the one who actually created it in the Mayans, just like they took claim to the pyramids and the temples there. You know what I'm saying? In Mexico, it wasn't designed by them. Everybody know now that it was designed by the Olmecs. So we gotta give credit back to the Olmecs in which that it actually originated from. All right?
Familiar with the Olmec?
Y'all know the Olmecs? The Olmecs were people in which that came out from West Africa. They was part of the Mandan or the Mandis, supposedly tribe or nation. Okay, West Africans.
Yeah, you seen those big stone heads that they
the large heads. Have y'all seen these large heads? These heads are like 2 to 5 tons. You know what I'm saying? They found 16 of them. And these 16 heads are heads of pharaohs, or what they call pharaohs, you know what I'm saying? Actually, like we said, they're Negus, because it come from out of Africa. So therefore, these 16 heads are heads of the rulers and of those particular dynasties in Mexico, who came from out of Timbuktu, out of ancient Kemet, who was part of the Dogon tribe up under the Mandis. So therefore, you had the Dogon tribe actually over here who formed the so-called, who was known as the She people. She, X-I, that's how, X-I is She. That's how it's pronounced within the Olmec tongue. So the She people, which they became known as the Olmec later on, and they only became known as the Olmecs because the people who was there around that area called them the rubber people because they were using the trees in order to create rubber.
Could you write Olmec up on the board?
Yeah, well, O-L-M-E-C.
Don't they call Mexico Old Mexico?
Yeah, Old Mexico. Well, this is where the term Mex come from Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? The original Mexicans were just like us.
Now, you've seen Mexicans, don't they look like them?
You know what I'm saying? So right here, well, so the Dogon tribe, you know what I'm saying, the Mandan tribe came out of Timbuktu. As we know, the Dogon tribe was originally from Egypt, Kemet. They're the ones who helped with the Twa people form the pyramids there. They're the ones who kept the science of astrology alive, in which they brought it to Timbuktu, in which that had over 18 universities. Okay, right there in West Africa. So they moved from East Africa to West Africa after the invasion, in which that took place by this so-called Hyksos and these Alexander the Fakes and you know what I'm saying, and Philip of Macedonicus, you know what I'm saying, all of them. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all them. You know what I'm saying? So they left. You know what I'm saying? Why be conquered by somebody who ain't worthy of nothing? So you move on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? You kick it along. So what happened is that they moved it to West Africa, and then they set sail to come over to America, in which that the Hopis are actually the descendants of the Dogon tribe. If you check the Hopis as well as the Navajos, you will find out that they have the exact same symbols, as well as the Apaches have the exact same, as well as the Mohicans or the Mohawks have the exact same symbols as the Dogon tribes. Exact same symbols. Now, how is that possible unless they was the one and same family? So therefore, that's telling you right there of the connection between East and West as we speak. And that was something in which that been going on for hundreds and thousands of years. But let me get back to this, because the brother brought up the good point about the electromagnetic field. Let's say, for example, 20 years ago, the electromagnetic field was oscillating at a 10. Well, today we find out that it's 1.3. And that as this increased to 14 and this decreases to 0, and the electromagnetic field dissipates, we're going to create what is called, this is what creates what is called 0 point. Bingo.
Yeah, that's right.
Now at 0 point, if you haven't built up your energy field, which is called your Macabre, in order to sustain your conscious awareness and your memory, then your memory would be wiped clean and you become, and you would go suffer what is called anemia.
Is that like the husband being taken?
Amnesia,
wife
excuse me.
being left in the field, or the wife being taken and the husband left in the field?
That's what it's symbolic to, is type of the rapture, because the planet is moving from a third-dimensional state into a fourth-dimensional state, and then during that flip-flop, we're moving to a fifth-dimensional state. So really, we'll be on a fifth-dimensional side by the time of December the 24th, 2012 AD. And guess what? The Olmec calendar has never been wrong yet. It's the most accurate calendar on the planet. So if it's the most accurate calendar on the planet and it's never been wrong, therefore, I got to believe this.
So what's going to happen once that happens with the rotation and everything of the planet?
Supposedly, pole shift. Supposedly the sun will raise in the west instead of the east. In other words, everything would be vice versa. The earth would rotate and turn back into in the other direction. The earth would slow down. You seen Superman? You seen Superman, right? So the earth, rotating like this, he got mad, he started flying around this way, so, caused the planet to stop, and then it went back that way. That was all symbolic to this pole shift. What's going to happen? In other words, we better get our shit together.
So in other words, if that electrical magnetic field is changed, that means that everything that operates now in the frequency
won't operate then. So none of the electrical equipment will work. And this is why they want to move to Mars and to Moon, is because none of this shit will work within these next few years. So therefore, they're trying to find other places to go. And they haven't been able to do it, and I doubt if they very will, because they don't got enough lead in order to block out. You know how much lead that you got to have in order to chill out the energies of the gamma and the X-rays and the microwaves and all of those rays? 6 feet. Remember Superman? Superman couldn't look through 6 feet of 6 inches of steel. Of lead. Remember? You put that, put it up, and he be like, you know what I'm saying? He was like that, you know what I'm saying? It couldn't be done. Well, the same thing. And what he had, supposedly X-ray vision. So X-rays, you know what I'm saying? These rays can't penetrate that lead. Well, you need at least 6 inches in order to, to put up on your ship in order to make that, in order to shield them energies out. And guess what? They can't do it. Because they don't have power enough in order to lift off that much damn weight.
So would that be one reason why they would put lead in the water?
Well, I don't know about the lead in the water. That was there because, they just evil and vindictive like that.
Rather down to the lower nature.
You know what I'm saying? Keep you in your lower nature. That's probably the aspect in which that they want to do it at.
Because, see, Saturn represents...
Saturn represents lead. And this is supposed to be Satan. Remember Saturn? So supposedly, lead represents the most dense metal on the planet. So... therefore, one of the most dense metals.
So if I'm trying to...
Fluoride is the mind control agent, from MK Ultra, MK Delta program back in the 1950s. The CIA designed that after the OSS people from out of the Nazis came. They was brought over here after the Nuremberg trials, and they was brought over here after the 1940s into the 50s, and they guess what they put together? NASA and the CIA. NASA is the same. NASA is the same word as Nazi. Same damn word. NASA is Nazi. You know what I'm saying? Same word. So they brought the damn Nazi program over here and got us caught up into this nonsense of them going to the damn moon and Mars, and they can't do it and haven't done it.
You could mention about lead. Yeah. We have lead paint.
Right.
Supposedly. But now they're finding the lead paint. The kids ain't eating the lead paint. They're getting the lead from the carbon monoxide.
Well, you know, they tell you lead pencils.
No, from the gas to the car.
The fumes from the gas of the car, lead,
so
yeah.
Airborne and not out the paint, but the people are getting it.
Right.
But they're saying because melanated people absorb more.
Okay, now,
That's it.
Let me explain something else that they're doing. You seen, as Brother Alim was speaking about the HARP system. Well, if you go out in the morning, about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and look up in the sky, you see these planes flying over, and they leave this trail behind. Chemtrail. Okay, so if it can be inhaled, so I let you lead that way. So I'm gonna get you anyway. And again, lead is the heaviest base. Saturn on this positive represents diplomacy, tact, organization. On this negative side, it represents deception and deceit. So what do you think is going on here? So I keep pumping that with you, so I keep telling you not to trust my fellow man of color. So we create more deception and deceit amongst our own people because we're absorbing all of this. And this is what the problem is with us. We're being usurped and used in some of the most sinister ways that can be imaginable. And the problem that we as people of color is we don't think along that line. So it's difficult for us to say, we'll say, I can't see why people do that. Because we can't think that way. We think on the higher spiritual level, where they think on the lower mundane level.
But let me get back to this. Right here, it speaks about the simple fact of the correlation. I got to make a correction because it is every 49.9 or every 50 years in which that the two stars in Series A and Series B comes together in the closest in their orbit and allows to create huge magnetic storms between them. And as they approach each other, the stars both begins to speed faster as tidal forces become stronger, finally flip-flopping over, actually trading places with each other. And now imagine a gigantic electrical turbine engine twisting and spinning, generating billions and billions of volts of electricity. And this energy is eventually released to flow down to the magnetic line of the sun, which transmits like a laser or like a lens to the planet Earth. So this is how we receive our DNA structure from Sirius, is that this energy is flowed downstream, downline of a magnetic string. I don't know if you ever heard of the superstring theory. Yes. According to the superstring theory in physics, everything is based, you know what I'm saying, on these lines. And these lines are just like spider webs. This is where the story, well, the ancients already knew. They called it the ancient spider of Anansi. Nancy was the spider mother who supposedly sped her web in which they held and created the universe together. This is the same signs as the super strings. This shit came from out of the stories of ancient Africa, and here we are thinking that there's some damn physics in which that you gotta get an A course in. When the only thing you gotta do is go back to the ancient tales of Africans as a little child and read it. Matter of fact, it's on the back of the damn dollar bill, her web, where you also get the word Hebrew from, her web. Her web is Zodicius. You know what I'm saying? Zodicius, you know what I'm saying, the mother of the zodiac, you know what I'm saying, which is Anansi. This is all talking about the same thing, the mother spider. Matter of fact, one of the chapters in the Quran is called the spider, is called the Akan, which is in the Holy Quran, which is talking about the spider. So this is all talking about the superstring theory in which that these electrical pulses are sent forth down the line of these strings in which that comes forth from the cosmos to certain planets and stars in order to give us life. Matter of fact, this is the type of, this is what we travel the macabre on once we was able to reach a high enough level of consciousness on in order to get to planet Earth, was through the sun. The sun itself was the Stargate. All right, remember you seen the movie Stargate? The movie Stargate showed you that the sun itself is a gate in which that you got to go through in order to get on the other side of this solar system. It's all in the movie. That's one way to do it. All right. So that spinning and twisting is symbolic to the same thing as the universe, same thing as the twisting of the DNA, shown right here. All right. Also with DNA, you find out that you have 22, supposedly 20 plus 2 amino acids. There's 2 stop amino acids, and then there's 20 amino acids. Comes up to 22 amino acids, in which that basically those 22 amino acids are correlated to the 22 major arcana card system of the Terra deck, which also coincides with the 22 bones in which that makes up your skeleton, but not your skeleton, but your skull. There's 22 bones that makes up and composes your skull. All right, as well as also the 22 pathways of what is called the tree of life, in which that it breaks down is nothing more than a connection right here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. You want to put it down?
Yeah.
All right, these are the 22 pathways right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Matter of fact, they got them on here. Here it is, the 22 right here, and starting at the certain pathway. Where is that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So those are the 22 paths right there. For those that don't know, the tree of good and evil was talking about the penis and the vaginal area, sexual organs. All right, the tree of life was talking about your whole physical body, and actually the spinal column, in which that is like a tree inside of your physical body, in which that extends forth its limbs, which is called nerves, to all the various parts of the body in order to communicate between the different aspects of your organs and tissues. All right, that's the tree, and therefore you bring the Kundalini energy up from the sexual nature to the mind, to what is called the pineal gland, as in pine cone. Guess what? That happens to be the shape of the pineal gland is that of the pine cone. So therefore, that's the fruit from the tree of life. You get this? Yeah. All right. So this is what this is actually showing, is that within the Ketha, you have, it is Asar, or Batala, which is symbolic to Pluto, or of divine will. All right? Chokma, which is wisdom. Ketha means basically like father, or better yet is actually that which is universal aspect of God. Chokma is symbolic to wisdom, in which that is symbolic to Tahuti. Ifa, Arumila, which is Neptune, which is wisdom. Once again, Baina, which is to understand, which is Segmat, Baba Yaye, Uranus, which represents overstanding, as we got up here, or active intelligence. As you see right above is Ein Sof above that would be Ein Sof, and above that would be Ein, in which we went over earlier. So these are the different ways right here. Malakut means kingdom. So when you read the scriptures and it speaks about our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. You get that? We just dropped. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses. These are the trespasses right here. As we trespass against you. Those are the trespasses, or the passes. You know what I'm saying? So thine the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. You got all that. So that's what this is actually speaking about, is the tree of life itself. So when you break down the Our Father which art in heaven, that's talking about the pineal gland. That whole verse right there, Our Father which art in heaven, is talking about the pineal gland. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. It's talking about the pituitary gland. Okay? So Okay, I'll write it down. This is that here. All right. Remember, our father is Ptah-Ra, our father, which is symbolic to the photon on, which is also symbolic to Ptah-Ra, our father, which heaven is talking about the brain or the head area. The clouds is nothing more than your brain. You have white matter and dark matter. This white matter is clouds. Dark matter is clouds also, because it's just like the dark clouds in which that happens when it rains. So therefore, your brain is these clouds, the cerebrum and the cerebellum. Y'all get this? So this is heaven, is the mind, where the mind is situated at, which once again is in the pineal gland, which is also called the soul, which is also called God. All of it is one and the same. For those that understand, because that's nothing more than man's higher consciousness, infinite consciousness. So our Father which art in heaven, hallowed, which means another word for holy, be thy name. You know what I'm saying? Thy kingdom come. But right there, the name, as we know, is right here, Ptah-Ra. So that's the name in which that is talking about to be hallowed or holy. You know what I'm saying? Thy kingdom come is talking about, once again, the crown area, which is talking about the whole head itself. But there's different facets of it, from the pineal gland to the pituitary gland. All right? So this is the kingdom in which that will come. So, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. The will is talking about from here, the throat chakra. You know what I'm saying? That is the power of will. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So give us this day, you know what I'm saying, our daily bread, which is here. Guess what? The thymus gland is known as sweet bread within the science field. The thymus gland is known as sweet bread. This gland is right here above the heart. Matter of fact, if you ever seen an ape, you seen an ape beat on his chest like that. What it's doing is trying to calm themselves down in order to keep from ripping you apart. Well, that's the same thing with us. When we up under stress, we need to do the same thing. This is one of the keys in which I'm telling you about. It's called the thymus tap, in which that you tap on your thymus gland, which sits directly under the hollow of the throat. An inch under the hollow of the throat, you tap on your thymus gland like this, 25 times, 3 times a day, and watch your immune system improve. Your immune system is what helps keeps you here. When that is damaged, you develop what is called AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Acquired, I don't know how the hell you acquire something if you're deficient of it. But that's their way of saying something there.
Psychopathic way of saying.
Yeah, that's something in which that they saying there. You know what I'm saying? But you tap on your chest 25 times, 3 times a day, and that will help return and regenerate the thymus gland back from the condition of atrophy. It's atrophied after the time of puberty. So therefore, you want to be able to do that on a daily basis, because that will help produce more white blood cells, build up your defense system, and help you extend your life here. This is what's called sweet bread. So when it says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread, is talking about here. Okay? What's the rest of it?
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not, now that is talking about right here at the solar plexus, and that is the trespasses, because it's right here in which you pass from the 3 lower chakras into the neutral zone, which is the heart chakra, passing from the emotional state into what is known now as the desired state.
That's represented right there, that little top.
That's it right here.
Right there.
What's called Tiffer. This is Hiru, Shago, You know what I'm saying? That is the solar plexus. That is what that is talking about right here. Okay? Pineal gland, left hemisphere of the brain, right hemisphere of the brain. Yep. What is called, quote unquote, the black dot or Darth, in which we get the Star Wars saga Darth Vader from. You know what I'm saying? This here is the middle pillar, which is actually called the backbone of Osiris, the Jed, we get the Jedi Knights from. You know what I'm saying? This is the solar plexus. This is the navel chakra. This is the genitalia. All right? These right here is nothing more than other chakras from front to back. I'll go over that in a minute. So therefore, you got 10. 1, 2, 1 is at the sacral. 2 is right here at the kidney area. 3 is right here in the middle of the heart. In the back of the heart. 4 is right here. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bingo. So once again, the tree of life is inside of you. You ain't gotta go outside in order to look for it, and ain't no Jew coming to tell you. All right? So this is the science of all of this. All right? Let me get on to something else, because I'm wasting too much time on everything else here. But that is the science of whenever you pronounce the Lord's Prayer, actually you're activating your chakras. Whenever you do the Psalms 23, you're activating your chakras. Matter of fact, when you do the Lord's Prayer, you are bringing energy down into you. Descending energy into you. Descending energy would be equivalent to this right here. All the Eastern stars know that symbol. All right? That is descending energy, feminine energy, descending to earth, inside of you. All right? Then you have ascending energy, which is the right, that right there, we get that right there. All right.
One is the Lord's Prayer, bringing it down, like our Father who art in heaven.
Right. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our trespasses. So as you're saying it, you bringing energy down into you. Now as you say Psalms 23, you know what I'm saying, which is the Lord is my shepherd, or Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. You know what I'm saying? He make me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. He lead me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, thou with me. Thy rod, thy staff, thou comfort me. Thou prepare a table before the presence of my enemies. That anointed my head with oil, that cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and will dwell in the house of the Lord. So this is ascending energy. You get it? This is the house of the Lord right here. So I would dwell in the house of the Lord. So that means when you say these two prayers back to back, what it does is create a circular micro-orbit effect within your body, which is what is nothing more than the serpent biting his tail, which represents the fact of you becoming immortal. That's what that represents. Immortal, everlasting, eternal, forever. In other words, you develop the gift of regeneration. That's what the serpent biting his tail represents, or what is called the aurora is, aurora borealis. Where you get the term aurora borealis later on with the lights, you know what I'm saying, the northern lights and all of that.
In other words, it's good to recite those two.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to know the scriptures, period. You know what I'm saying? It's all metaphysical. But when you create this micro-orbit within you, then there's no blockages and stagnation of energy within you. So therefore, you're able to create whatever you want here on this physical plane. Because this is what this gives you the ability in order to do. All right?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I told him where he could find the 23rd. It's in the Psalm. But he wants to know where
Psalms 23.
He wants to know where the Lord's Prayer to find
The Lord's Prayer is in
Matthew 6, right.
6:9.
6:9, right. Matter of fact, that's where we were reading from a little bit earlier.
As they asked the rabbi, they said, Rabbi, how should we pray? Teach us how to pray. And he told them the only prayer that you need to pray is the Lord's Prayer. He says in 6:9, Matthew 6:9.
Because what you want to do is bring energy into your body. The only time you want to release energy is when you're doing a healing. You get this? Yes. It balances and creates a micro-orbit effect. In other words, within the ancient teachings, it tells us that in order to be able to recycle energy and to rejuvenate ourselves, you must create a micro-orbit effect within you, because that micro-orbit is the same as the macro-orbit. As the sun goes around the 12 zodiac signs, then you want that energy to go around your glands, your 12 glands. And your 12 glands would be your pineal gland, pituitary gland, your thyroid glands, which is also the parathyroid glands, your thymus gland, your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, your prostate gland, you know what I'm saying, within the male's uterus, within the woman, your sacral, you know what I'm saying, gland, which is the 8 divided cells of mitosis, as well as also your kidneys. So those are symbolic to the 12 organs, which is the 12 planets within you. Symbolic to those 12 planets. And matter of fact, as we go into, Revelation 12 chapter speaks about us moving from the 7, you know what I'm saying, number 7 to the number 12. If you go to Revelation, the 12th chapter, it speaks about moving from 7 stars to 12 stars. And those 12 stars are talking about certain organs activating within you. Like your lungs reactivating, your spleen reactivating. The 12th chapter. Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, we go to I got it. We go to Revelation, the 1st chapter. Right. The 1st chapter speaks about 7 stars. All right. Right here, Revelations, the 1st chapter. Where is that here? Revelation, the 1st chapter, and we see here that, what's his name?
7 spirits.
The 7 stars.
7 stars.
Yeah, that was in the right hand. And he that had, okay, this is the 16th verse. And he had in his right hand 7 stars. So then you go to Revelations, that he is the Son of Man, which is actually symbolic to Melchizedek or Michael or Jesus, which is actually you. All right. Those 7 stars are nothing more than the 7 chakras. Then you go to chapter 12, and it speaks about, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, which is the sun is nothing more than the, which is nothing more than the halo, in which that develops, or what is called the sun disk, Atan. This is a picture of the woman clothed with the sun. Right here, this is the same thing. We read it, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven. And woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet. And upon her head was a crown of 12 stars. See the 12 stars? So now we move from 7 stars to 12 stars. So that means that soon we will develop out of a 7 chakra system into a 12 chakra system. So therefore, you'll have certain organs in which that is becoming reactivated within you right now. There's 2 particular glands in which that is becoming reactivated also, is what is called the barytheric gland, in which that Malachi York speaks about, which is a gland that sits right up under here in the submental area of the chin. Another one is a gland in which that Deborah Blair speaks about, in which that is called the kingdom, or the king chamber, in which that is a little hole right here at the roof of the mouth, in which that is like a mound. And in the center of this mound is a hole in which that leads, the passageway leads up to the pineal gland. So that means whenever you speak or whenever you do deep meditations with certain breath, this air goes up through that passageway and massages the pineal gland, therefore making you be able to see God himself much more quicker than the average person who doesn't have that gland. So therefore, this is the gland in which that was given to the sons and the daughters of God. Less women have it, more men have it. Europeans don't have it. Okay?
Sorry.
Yes.
The gland.
This gland, okay. I can't show you the gland. I mean, I got one in my mouth. I would show it to you, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, everybody can't be up in my grill. You know what I'm saying? But, barytheric. Barytheric gland is a gland that's here. It's like a little ball. Matter of fact, it's right up on the chin. Males and females have this gland. And this actually gives you a trait in order to tell you who's who on planet Earth. Because for those who have this gland, means that they're able to handle this high information in which that we're talking about. And I'm pretty sure that damn near every one of you up in here got that joint. Or you wouldn't be here. All right? Now, the other gland is a mound gland. And inside at the roof of your mouth, what is called the upper palette is a mound. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? This is the true mound builders right here. Ain't just talking about building some mounds outside on earth. You're talking about the mounds inside of you. But this is the mound. And it's right here at the top of the roof of the mouth. If you take your tongue and reach up at the top of the palate, upper palate, you would feel a gland there. It's just like this. And in the center of it is a hole. And this hole is a passageway in which that leads to the cavities of the sinus cavities of the brain, in particular the third ventricle, in which the pineal gland oversees the third ventricle. So therefore, you are in direct contact with God Himself. Yes.
Oh, because it's
How?
soft.
Is that root gazing right there?
Roof gazing?
Root gazing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the signs of when the yogi masters, when they take their tongue and place it back that's what they're touching. What they're doing is re-stimulating that gland and bringing it back into functioning. It has to function. Once again, these are techniques in which we'll have to get into them.
And then it gets
Bingo.
soft.
Bingo.
Soft.
That's it. That's it. Yep, exactly.
And the more you put your tongue there,
Right. There's an ancient technique of being able to do certain breath techniques in which that helps with that process.
When you the masters, when they used to meditate and recite the Om, they would lock the tongue to the roof
To the roof of the mouth. Right. Creating what I just finished talking about was a micro orbit. See, you put it together, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because what it does is seal off the energy and create that orbit within your body. So whenever you take your tongue, put it up at the roof of your mouth, it creates that micro orbit throughout your body. And that's the key. So therefore, you can able to regenerate yourself, bring you back from any damn type of sickness, cancer, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes, any damn thing which they talking about, you can bring yourself back from, because it's all about regenerating your cells. And the pranic energy, which is the Kundalini energy, does that, because it's the all-pervading energy of the universe. There's nothing outside of this. This is the energy in which that created you, and all things in which that you see outside of you, or you think you see outside of you, and that's the key.
And you don't do anything
To the barytheric gland? Yeah, you can massage it, like what you're doing. Mm-hmm. See, it's natural. It's all within you. You ain't gonna do nothing but be told, and the soul will come to you and say, "Hey, I like that." You know what I mean? All right. 10 minutes, okay. Whew, boy. Okay, shoot. We got 10 minutes. Then we gotta get into some meditation. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let me hold this chair right here. All right, I don't know where the heck I'm gonna put, okay, let's. Okay, we getting ready to go into the science. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna have to, because I got more information to drop. All right. Everybody sit right up, bend your chin just a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is ball your fist like this. Now what this does is stop the flow of energy being released from you, and it holds the energy in. The technique that we get ready to do is called, these are mudras, what is called hand positions. When you do this taps into the pineal gland. When you do this taps into the pituitary gland. When you do this, it taps into the hypothalamus gland. When you do this, it taps into the thalamus gland. 4 organs inside your brain. All right? When you do this, you tap into all of them simultaneously. So bunko, you ain't got time for I ain't got time for all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're getting ready to do now. Everybody relax, you know what I'm saying? Just like this, just like that. And just place it on top of your knees. And we're gonna breathe in for a count of 10. So it's gonna be like this. Hold it for 12. And in the process, pull up your anal muscles. Now release. We're gonna do it 6 more times. Everybody got it? You're breathing through your nose, and actually you letting your abdomen area blow up like a balloon. You breathing like a child once again, like a baby. If you notice, a baby breathe from the abdomen area, not from the, they ain't doing none of that. They doing like that. They breathing from the diaphragm.
Breathe in there,
Right.
and then out
Through the nose. You're gonna breathe in through the nose and out through the nose.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right? So we're gonna do it 6 more times. Everybody ready? All right. Breathe in for 10, hold it for 12, and breathe out for 10. And in the process, pull up your anal muscles. As you exhale, you can release the anal muscle area. Okay? What that does is bring more energy into your physical body. All right? That's one way. Now, you can use what is called the alternating breath nostril technique, in which that helps activate the Ida and the Pingala, which are the 2 sacral nerves in which I was talking about earlier, because those 2 nerves stops right here at the nostril area. That's why you sometimes you feel like one nostril is clogged up, the other one you can breathe real clear through. This happens to switch every 2 hours over a 24-hour span. It switch every 2 hours. So for 1 to 2 hours, your right one is activated, so you're able to breathe real well through there. The next one, you can't breathe too well through your left nostril, or vice versa. The reason for that is that the Ida and the Pingala, both nerves got to be activated simultaneously. And how you do that is through the alternating breath technique, which is like this. If you practice that over a certain amount of time, throughout a 3-month span, your Ida and Pingala would be fully activated. Therefore, now you can move the Kundalini energy through the Sushumna, which is talking about through the spinal column. Now you can move the Kundalini energy up. But you can't do that until the Ida and the Pingala is both simultaneously activated. If you try to do that shit when one of them damn nostrils is clogged up, you're gonna get effed up. You're gonna be going through some psycho problems. You're gonna be like, I see white people. You know, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, for real. For real. You'll be going through it. You know what I'm saying? And cause I've done taught these classes and niggas didn't follow instructions and niggas went out there fighting 6 and 7 cops. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he's He-Man and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. For real. So, you know, practice the alternating breath technique. All right. I'm getting ready to show you something else too. This is a self-healing technique. It's part of Reiki. All right. If you take your hands, put them together, clap them. Go like this. Now feel the energy. That energy is chi energy. Now what you do with that is place it on various portions of your body. We're going to follow the same line as the 7 chakras, in which that we start here at the crown. And you leave your hands there for 5 minutes. All right? Next, you put it over your eyes, which is also not just your 2 physical eyes, but also your 3rd eye it covers. And you do that for 5 minutes. Then you go to the side of your face. And with that, you do that also for 5 minutes. All of this takes 5 minutes. When you go to the throat, you can do it like this, or either you can do it like this. Whichever way feels more comfortable for you. Next, you go to the thymus gland, into the heart, into the lung area. All right? Next, you go to the solar plexus. Next, you go to the navel chakra. And then you go to the genitalia. In doing so, what happened is that you are, once again, doing the Lord's Prayer, and you descending energy into your physical body. You bringing energy from the cosmos down into you, healing your physical body. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to show you as far as healing techniques. See, this is why I got to rush, because, you know, I ain't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? But if everybody stand up, this is another technique of healing, self-healing. And I promise you, I'm going to take you through this one, because you got to feel this. You take your left hand and place it right here on your sacral, which is right above the crack of your ass. All right? Then you take your right hand, place it over the genitalia area, or either right above the genitalia area, which is called, within the women, it's called, huh?
Non-pubic area.
Right, the non-pubic area, which we call also the sperm palace within the males, and within the women is the lower uterus area. All right? You leave your hands there for 5 minutes. We're going to do at least a minute here. You getting ready to see some joint, feel something for real. All right? And at the time, you breathing naturally. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to strain yourself, you know. You ain't got to do all that.
And you don't have to build up any energy beforehand, like we did for the other.
Yeah, you ain't got to with this one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because you getting ready to see God in a minute. For real. Next is your navel. And these are all self-healing techniques. This technique here goes off as far back as to Lemuria. This is an ancient technique. This goes back to over 90,000 years ago, this technique that I'm showing you. It's now called the Peruvian healing technique, but actually it's the Olmec healing technique, or the Oman technique, which that, you know, they was also descended from the ancient Lemurians, who was the Twa people, as we all are. Because they was Homo erectus, and we became the Homo sapien, as we now know call ourselves to be. Next is the solar plexus. Have you ever begun to feel the energy, the warm energy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, you get ready to get heated up in a second by the time I get you past the heart. I wish we had the time for the whole 5 minutes. But this technique right here will heal anything in your body, as well as the other one that I just showed you. And this is how you become a healer, first of yourself, and then eventually in order to transfer the energy to others. But first you gotta build up your energy, right? So you know you can't be playing with this. Next is the heart. You pledge allegiance to the flag. You can pledge allegiance to your damn self now. You know what I mean? Hey. Next to throat. Any type of emotional blockages within your body, it helps remove. Any location of the endocrine gland systems in which that's what we actually are following the pathway of. So if you have a problem with expressing yourself and communicating, well, this will help you. Because what you're doing is sending the Kundalini energy directly to your throat chakra. And as it burns through those threads or karmic lessons, you heal. But you heal in a conductive and conducive way. It just don't come up and then burn your shit up and you around here flipped out like a damn derelict. 1 minute. All right, let's go on here to the third eye. Half a minute at least. You know what I mean? All right, now to the crown. Okay. And that's how you do it. All right. These are some of the shaman healing techniques. I thank y'all for coming out. I didn't even get into half of it, but that's straight.
No, but see, that's good because that means that we got to bring the brother back in. Oh yeah, that's all it means. That's all it means. Thank y'all for coming out. If you're not on my mailing list, real quick, I got it.
But before y'all go, anybody got any questions about anything?
About anything.
Yeah, come on and ask me now.
Astrological or whatever.
I wasn't clear about the nanotechnology that occurred.
Oh yeah. He was talking about any type of implants that goes into your bloodstream can cause some type of effect upon you in which that can alter your consciousness. Because your blood is consciousness.
Yes.
Your plasma is consciousness.
Right.
Your cells are consciousness. So anything which interacts that's synthetic with something will alter you.